That sounded quite positive, Pete. Didn't expect that. Oh.
Are you being sarcastic or?
A little. No, it did actually sound quite positive. You're normally like, oh.
Hello.
That's more like you, yeah.
There we go.
What's with the positivity this week? Is it because it's the weekend?
Yeah, exactly that. Nice weekend time.
You sound tired.
I am tired.
Well, hopefully this will be a nice, relaxing stream for you. You won't have to do too much.
We'll see.
You're alright, Promo.
Sup, Promo?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Had a good week yourself?
Hopefully you have. Been no streaming though, I noticed.
Yeah, I know. Haha, we're here. We're here. Well, yeah, that's far more like further away than it is normally, isn't it? There you go. Proof that we are here, indeed. It's not bad. Does that mean you've had a cold?
Oh,
or is this just a start of the puns? Did you get any good swag? Yeah, we did. We got loads to show. Pete was like, how are we going to make this stream last 3 hours? And I was like, oh, trust me. We got enough stuff. Yeah, we got stuff.
We did get stuff.
Mostly swag that we paid for, so I don't know if that actually counts as swag.
No, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Does it?
In this context.
Did we get any? No, we did get a couple of minor freebies, I guess. But we'll get to those in a little while. Yeah, I don't know. When you say swag, it kind of implies either you've stolen it or it was free.
Oh, right, freebies.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, well, there was no freebies.
There you go. Look, see. Promo's getting some swag tomorrow. He's going to go shoplifting.
Nice.
Are you shoplifting for anything in particular, or just?
I often wonder with the shoplifting community whether they.
We need to be very careful what we say right now.
No, but if you're a shoplifter, then
right.
Do you go shoplifting for something, or do you just go, I'm going to see what I can get away with? You know what I mean? Oh, you know, anything in
if there are any professional shoplifters out there that could inform Pete, although I'm a little bit concerned as to why he's asking.
No, it was just purely, you know, does it tend to be a crime of opportunity, or is it more of a, I need to get a new top, I must go and steal that today, you know? I don't know.
Wow. Deep conversations here on later levels. We haven't yet resorted to food.
I think they just
swap. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
pot noodle.
Yeah, all the peas.
So basically what we're talking about now is shoplifting for food.
No.
Don't shoplift, people.
No, obviously not.
Later levels does not condone crimes of any kind.
Prunes.
I like prunes.
Porridge.
I like porridge.
Potatoes.
I like potatoes.
Peas.
Yeah, I like those too.
Peanuts.
Yeah, I like them.
What else?
Pop-tarts.
Pop-tarts.
To be fair, I can take all these Pop-tarts.
Sup, Nomad?
Hi, Nomad.
Bad mofo.
How are you doing this week? There we go. The bot's a little bit slow tonight, but he's there.
Nomad knows. Nomad knows. Everyone knows that Nomad knows.
I'm sure the tune changes each time.
We need to record it so that I don't need to sing it.
Will you record it and I'll stick it on the thing?
Get some of that auto tune, so it's like that. Sounds like a Cher song.
Yeah, go on. Oh, a Cher song. Oh, showing your age now.
Yeah.
Do you believe?
I do in Life After Love.
Do you believe?
I do. Terrible cough has been out.
No.
Right, a couple of we've had the coughs, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't. You have.
I have, yeah. But I found that since getting COVID a couple of years ago, if I get a cough now, it tends to last weeks.
Forever.
Yeah, Pete seems to have a cough and it lasts a day. I have a cough and it lasts sort of 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, I did have one a while back and it lasted a while, didn't I? But not as long
as... Oh, sorry to hear that, Nomad.
Oh, man.
Please don't feel that you need to be here.
Yeah, if
you need to go
feeling
rest
like you need to snooze.
Please
then you
do.
snooze.
Make sure you dose yourself up with appropriate medication. I was a bit worried there, seeing as we were just talking about shoplifting and now talking about dosing yourself up, like just in case people get the wrong impression.
Right, okay.
No.
What, before you go shoplifting?
Well, you should go shoplifting for your meds.
Right. Okay, this is taking a turn.
Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on. Don't know. Oh, it's been one of those weeks, unfortunately.
It has been.
It's been. Phil and I have got an apprenticeship deadline next week, and it's getting very close to the wire. It's been very stressful. So big up Phil for being a great mental support this week. Yeah, and you, but you're not really helping with the maths side of things, are you?
Didn't ask.
So yeah, we've got that going on. And the other big news of the week, Ethan is now 18.
Ethan is 18.
Ethan is 18.
He's officially
That's so crazy.
an adult.
Yeah, it's honestly nuts. Like, I can't believe I met him when he was sort of tiny and now he's like an adult.
He is an adult.
Yeah, well, we say adult in air quotes.
So happy birthday, Ethan.
Yeah. Woo, an adult. Oh, funnily enough, I did. When I texted him.
We repeatedly tell him to do that.
No, but when I didn't tell you, but when I messaged him on the morning of his birthday, I was like, happy birthday, now get a job. And he was like, I'm trying. Are you though? Because you seem to be sitting on your butt playing video games, Ethan. And you need that money now for video games because you're an adult.
He does need that money shiz.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think we're all still sort of coming to terms with the fact that Ethan's 18. So he went out with his friends apparently to celebrate, and we are taking him out next weekend.
We are going to get him absolutely wasted.
I don't know about that, but yeah, we'll get him a few. You know, actually,
Might just leave him in the gutter,
drink.
get him his first sort of experience of not being able to get home and.
It's only around the corner.
Exactly, it's not bad stuff.
Do the 3-mile walk home. Yeah. So yeah, like we're taking him out next weekend, and then we've got a family lunch that's going to celebrate. Well, we've got loads going on next weekend. We've got Ethan's birthday, we've got Pete's mum's birthday, we've got my dad's birthday, and we've got Father's Day, all in the space of less than a week.
All the days.
Oh no, about a week, yeah. So we're celebrating that next weekend. But before that, we are here. See, we are here. Zelda is out in the garden, otherwise she would be here. She was here about 10 minutes ago, sitting right in the middle, of course. But yeah, we're here with a roundup of what we did last weekend. Where were we, Pete? It's pretty obvious where we were.
We was at the Games Expo.
We were at the UK Games Expo at the NEC in Birmingham. Well, for one day. We went, we've been for the past 4 years, and every time we've gone on one day. The first weekend we went on, it was either the Saturday or Sunday, and it was purely spur of the moment. At that point, we weren't really into board games, but we were just looking for something to do, so tickets were free, so we booked them and then went the next day.
Were they free?
I meant available, I didn't mean free.
Oh, right.
Sorry. And then we loved it so much that we've kind of now been... Since, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't that time, but we have seen the... Oh, okay. Okay, no, I didn't know that. I was talking about the statue of the bull.
Oh, no.
No, we weren't anywhere near the town centre, unfortunately.
Apparently this year, it is now officially the third biggest board game expo in the world.
There you go. There you go.
And that is on the trade hall, like the size of the trade hall.
Well, that's what I was going to go into. This is why I've got the magazine here. So yeah, this was our 4th year at the UK Games Expo. So we thought we'd do a little roundup of what we saw and all the swag that we bought.
Yes.
Because funnily enough, the night before we went, I said to Pete, so what do you reckon we're going to buy? Because there was a couple of games on my list that I wanted. And people's like, no, I don't reckon we're going to buy that much this year. Yeah,
We
was wrong. We bought the most we've ever bought, I think.
No.
I don't know.
The second year we bought more.
Did we? But we spent quite a lot. Like, we're poor for the rest of the month now. Let's just say that. And for the sake of YouTube and Twitch and whatever, everything that we're going to show, we purchased ourselves. So there's no like sponsored stuff here.
Do we have to say that, do we?
Well, no, I just mean I'm saying it to like let people know that this is independent. So we're not kind of promoting anyone.
Right.
If we're kind of.
I mean,
like,
we're open to that promotion.
But what I mean is, if we're expressing an opinion about whether something was good, it's not one that we've been sponsored to say. It's all like these are our opinions. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Right, I see. I never actually thought that we had to say that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I just figured that like this stream is going to be like talking about stuff that we've bought.
Sup, Jake?
You're right, Jake. Sponsored ad. Yeah, we wish. We wish. I really like it when Jake turns up because he's always a really fetching colour of like, I don't know, like a pinky purple. It's really nice. I'm always quite jealous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like, I've got the standard pink and it's. Yeah. Hello. How you doing, Jake? I mean, Jake's been busy with apprenticeship stuff as well, so.
And then I hope it has been going well for you, Jake.
Exhausted, yeah. And Tim said that you're away next week as well, so it sounds like you got a busy time. Yeah, there we go. Well, you know where we are. If you need anything, you can always give me and Phil a shout, and we can try and help. I'm probably not the best person to ask about Python.
It's always Dark Shocks.
There we go. There you go. Phil's got it
Phil?
right. Yeah. You ended the week with a full coffee ordering system. Ooh, look at Jake the coder. Look.
Ah.
He's done more than I've done. Sorry for you. Phil, you missed when I was bigging you up. Like, I was bigging you up earlier. Did you get your hands on Division 2 yet, Pete?
Yes.
Oh, did you buy it?
Yeah.
But you haven't installed it or played it?
I had a little go at work. But did you not notice that I took the hand controller?
No, I didn't.
So I've installed it and had a little go.
What did you do? No, I was saying that we've had quite a rough week with apprenticeship and the deadline coming up, and I was thanking you for being a huge emotional and mental support. So it was all good stuff. I can tell people that you're a dickhead instead if you want. I will just say that Phil and I have known each other for over 10 years. So I can get away with saying stuff like that, okay? Like, I'm not being horrible. Just in case people think, who's this guy who's turned up in your chat and you're calling him a dickhead?
No.
Silence there.
Why, have you purchased the Division 2 then, Phil? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, exactly. Phil and I are each other's coping mechanism. Are you thinking of arranging a little Division 2 thing at some point?
We can do.
There you go. Let Phil get through next Wednesday first.
I know Paul would probably like to play as well, so we'd have to see if he was available.
How many is in a group? 4?
4.
Oh, maybe that's something we can arrange at some point.
Yeah, we'll have a look at him.
Yeah? Oh, he hasn't yet, look. Oh. You know he's going to tempt you now, Phil. He's going to keep on about it.
No, right, all I would say is it's £12.99.
Right.
We're not sponsored by Ubisoft.
Although I think Pete might like to be.
No. But ultimately, if you like Division 2, it's a bit more Division 2. If you weren't really that bothered, then I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
But there's nothing brand new about it. That obviously there's new things in it, but they're not like, groundbreaking changes or anything.
Right, okay.
It's just more Division 2.
More Division. All right. Who knows? There might be a stream at some point of Pete playing Division. But just as a plug, in a couple of weeks' time, Pete is going to be Policeman Pete playing the Precinct.
Yes.
So I think that's like 2 weekends away. Not next weekend, the weekend afterwards.
Oh, it's not next weekend, it's the weekend
No.
after.
And the weekend at the end of the month, let me do this. Hi, Tim.
Sup, Tim?
The weekend at the end of the month. There we go. So we're showing off our board games this evening, and we have picked a selection of board games that we have, and we're going to play one at the end of the month. So whatever you guys vote for in that poll will be what we play on the 27th of June. So if you haven't voted already, get a vote in. The winner at the moment is the Night Cage.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I'm quite happy about that. That's a good game. We haven't played it for a long time. And we can kind of get some cool lighting effects going and some spooky music. To be fair, most of the stuff on the list is slightly horror related, just because we have a fondness for horror games. Have we got much horror stuff here?
No.
Oh, I don't know, we have. There's a few bits and pieces, a few horror-y things. Did I give Nomad a pun? I didn't. There we go. Pun for Nomad. Right, so back on track. Focus, Kim, focus. Oh, hang on. Big up Tim as well, because Tim was my proofreader this week. So, oh, sorry, Nomad. Promo, did you have a pun? Did I miss it? What was your pun? Oh, okay, right. I have a pun. There we go. I should have suspected it was something to do with cheese.
It normally is.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, as we said, we were at the UK Games Expo on the Friday, which was, I don't know, the 30th of May, I think.
Whatever.
And so we thought we'd do a roundup of the stuff we saw and the things we bought, and we'll do some openings so we can see what's inside these boxes.
Okay.
So, as Pete alluded to earlier, like this was our 4th time, and this was like the biggest it's ever been.
That was
right?
huge.
So, like we've gone for one day before, normally on the Friday, and we've managed to get around the whole thing and go around a second time and get the things we want and come home and be very happy. This time, it was a struggle. Like it was a struggle to get around the whole thing even once. I think we did it like, we did 1.5, and on the towards the end of the day, we were flagging. Like we were old, but still, like it was massive.
Got to sit on the whatever it was for bloody 7 hours.
So we can show. So yeah, like I think next year we'll definitely go again, but we're considering going two days. So we'll see. So the reason why it was difficult this year was because normally, I think you have Hall 1 and the hall that's next to it. So Hall 1 is like your trade show, like the market essentially, and then the bit next to it is like, it's another market, but it's more like dice and like
individual sellers,
and
crafty people.
Yeah, like all sorts of things, like tarot cards, cross stitch, sweets, cosplay, like loads of stuff. And then there's another hall where it's like open play, so it's just loads of tables, beer stands, food stalls, and you go and pick up a game from the library and you sit down and play. So we don't normally do that because we're not there long enough to actually do that. But yeah, so it's normally 2 halls that we get around. There is another section for bring and buy. So people checking games that they want to sell, and then people queue up to go and buy them, essentially. So this year, the tickets, like you went to get your ticket or your passes in Hall 1, and then the show was in Hall 2, 3, 3A and 4. Like it was massive. Like you definitely noticed a difference, didn't you, of how big it is. So like Hall 2 was games, like the trade show. That's Hall 1 where you get your tickets. Hall 3 was more games. Oh yeah, to come back to that bit, 3A, more stuff. I think this was like retailers, wasn't it? Like craft stuff that Pete was talking about. And then you had like 4, which was open play, and it was also like the upcoming games, like publishers, like a lot of Kickstarter type stuff, or like stuff that wasn't out yet, which was quite interesting. So the other thing that they sort of seemed to expand on this year was that near to the NEC there is a Hilton hotel, and there was loads of stuff going on in here as well. Apparently, like we didn't get the chance to pop in, but it sounded like there was so much more. And like there was loads of stuff going on in the evening as well, wasn't there? Like loads of shows that sounded really good. So yeah, it'd be really nice to actually go and stay over the night, so we didn't have to rush home. So yeah, like there you go, dates for next year. So if you are going, and it's the 20th anniversary, so I would not be surprised
if it's even more RAM.
Well, speaking of pin badges, so this year. Actually, let me get my thing. Right, so normally when you go, right, they sell UK Games Expo merch. Yeah. So I think I've shown like the pin badges I've got before. So as usual, I queued up for this year's pin badge. And it's always some version of like a dragon. Right? I think that might actually be upside down. Yeah, it is. There we go. It's always like a dragon, right? So this was this year's pin. So normally when you go, like Pete and I have arrived on the Friday, queued up to get our ticket, gone in, and the first thing we do is hit the merch stand. And normally there's like maybe 2 or 3 people there. No, it's fine. I pick up a badge, Pete picks up a t-shirt, all good. This year, oh my god, the queue. The queue for the merch was nuts. Like it was like at least 10 people all day, if not like at least 30 people. It was huge, right? So I actually got quite lucky with getting this, because what was that? Oh, right, nicely done. Hey. So yeah, we went back at lunchtime because that was the only time where there was like less than 20 people in the queue.
Yeah.
And then about half hour after I picked this up, they'd sold out for the day.
Yep.
So I was, quite lucky to get that. Pete decided not to get a t-shirt this year.
Did not get a t-shirt.
Why was that, Pete?
I don't remember. Why didn't I?
Because you spent too far much money on other things.
That's right. Yeah, I had spent a lot.
You had, because there's a reason why Pete didn't buy a t-shirt. We will get to that. But alongside like the souvenir pins, UK Games Expo also launched this like pin collective thing this year. So this was like a new thing they were trying. So this was where like certain sellers that were there, did they have nice sandwiches? It's the NEC, like
not so much.
Apparently the food stalls that were at the Hilton are really good, but we didn't get to go there. Pete and I tend to take like a packed lunch purely because then it gives us an excuse to go back to the car to get the packed lunch at lunchtime, so we can drop off what we've bought. So it kind of works out well. Yeah, and then you get a bit of fresh air. It
doesn't cost £15 a burger or something. Yeah. So that's also good.
Yeah. So yeah, the Pin Collective, they had a range of sellers who had designed enamel pins, and you had to do different things to get these pins, right? So we've come across stalls where you'd only get a pin if you bought something, stalls where basically you just asked and they gave you a pin. Yeah. We overheard someone say that there was some of these sellers, you had to beat them at their game and then you get a pin.
And then you get a pin.
So the idea was that you got pins, and then there was an area, like there was an event where you could go and trade your pins, right? So I'd had a look at these before, like the night before, and I was like, right, what pins do I want, right? So I decided that I wanted the Crow and Crown pin. I don't know how well this is coming across. Crow and Crown, and I wanted the, where is it? Let me find the other one. Oh, Print is Dead, right? For no other reason than I liked the pins. Like, to be honest, I've never heard of Crow and Crown and Print is Dead, but I was like, no, those pins are cool, want them. The one that I really wanted, was the Final Girl pin. Not only because it's cool, hi Zelda, but because we've got the Final Girl game. So I was like, right, that's the one I want, right? So we get into the hall. First thing we do is head to the Final Girl stand because I'm like, right, the pins are gonna go. I want a pin. So we head over there. Pete has a nice little chat with the bloke and says, what have we got to do to get a pin? Hi Zelda. And the guy goes, well, you got to buy something.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, on the Final Girl stand, everything is so overpriced.
Yeah, it is
Overpriced, right? For example, I was like, if I'm going to buy anything, so Final Girl is like, it's like a horror film game, right? So you're in a situation where it's like, I think the one I've got, one of the first episodes in the first series, and it's like you're in like a camp, like a holiday camp, and there's a killer, and he's after you. So it's those kind of situations, right? So there's series 1, there's series 2, and I think there's probably a ton more. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get one of the series 1 episodes because I haven't got all of them. But they were like maybe like £10 more on that stand than they were anywhere else, and it wasn't something that I was necessarily seeking out. I didn't necessarily want another Final Girl episode because, quite frankly, I haven't won the first one yet.
No.
So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna skip. Like, if I've got to buy a game to get a badge, I'm gonna skip. So I was like, resigned myself to not getting a pin, but look. So Pete's colleague at work, Paul, who does sometimes appear in chat, very kindly gave me his Final Girl pin that he got because he made a purchase. So in return, I need to make Paul cake, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm really happy about this. Like, yeah, I know it sounds daft. We did not murder him. He very kindly donated it. I think Pete might have put some pressure on him. So yeah, thanks Paul. I'm sure you won't watch this, but if you do. Oh, it's Zelda's now. Zelda's. Right, we'll put that away, shall we? She thinks the bag is a treats bag because it's got like one of the Ziplocs on it. It's not your treats, I'm afraid. But it is almost treat time. Yes, it is.
I'll go and do it in a second.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the pin situation this year. Wouldn't be surprised if they do this again next year.
We got the Chaos Cards
one.
one.
Yeah, I did, actually. Yeah, I managed to pick up the Chaos Cards one because we bought a lot of stuff from their store.
So you gave us a pin, didn't you?
Yeah, although that one is already on my jacket.
That's not bad.
I didn't put it in the bag, so...
I would say Chaos Cards was the stall of the weekend.
It was. Yeah, it was.
It's always a good
they
stall.
did it just proud. So yeah, that was kind of the pin situation. So before we get into the stuff we bought, I just want to show everyone a couple of things that were quite interesting. So first thing, oh my god, look at it. Seriously, Murder Mystery Cruise. What? So we found this on a stall. I can't remember, were they Red Herring Games?
Don't remember.
I think on the back. Yeah, Red Herring Games. So we were at their stall because they do murder mystery in boxes, the kind of things that you guys have seen us play before. And I must admit, there wasn't anything that kind of caught our eye on the stand. But as soon as I saw the leaflet, I was like, oh my god, I'm well up for that. And the woman turned around and went, you need to be quick, there's only 15 cabins left. So the problem is that Pete and I are actually going away a couple of weeks after this. So we can't really, it's not really fair for us to keep leaving Zelda with a cat sitter. But if this ever comes up again, oh, is that what it is, Tim? That's the twist. Yeah, if this comes up again, so in. Oh, this sounds so good. So basically, you go away for 2 nights, and yeah, it's like a murder mystery. And then for one of the days, you end up hanging out in Cherbourg in France. So that sounded really good. Prices start from about 500 quid. So, you know, it's not cheap, but it looked really cool. So 1 year maybe. The other thing that we saw, which I didn't end up buying, and there's a reason why, was from Murder and Adventure Games, and it was this, right? So this is a game. Like, it kind of looks like an event, but it's not. It's a game. And we got talking to the bloke, and he was really nice. Like, whoever he was, he put up with us for about half hour asking loads of questions. Oh, thanks, Phil. Now I'm not sure I want to go on a murder mystery cruise. Yeah. So yeah, like we had a chat with him, and this is like a TTRPG, but a murder mystery. And the thing that's kind of unique about it, I don't know if you can see that, is that it's for between 8 to 24 players. And this guy told us that they're working on an expansion which ups the number of players to 28. So this started because they did it. It was a friend, like they were friends, and they did sort of murder mystery evenings for themselves. Then they started doing them to raise money for charity, and then they were like, well, why don't we box this up and other people can play it. So it sounded really good. We were like, right, give us an overview. And it's to do with like a group of tourists who are travelling over to Europe. They end up in Transylvania. Oh no, their transport breaks down, and a very kind count invites them to stay the night. You can see where this is going, right? So it sounds really cool, and I was like, oh, that'd be so good to play on Halloween. But the thing is, you need a GM. This is the problem. You need a GM, and yeah, Pete and I have never been interested in that side of gaming.
No, not
there
for
were
me.
a couple of people that we were like, oh, like we'll see if they're interested. We sent a message, but they've not replied, so we're kind of taking that as a not interested. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, if anyone does know a GM that would be willing to hold this for us, like, I'm more than happy to play for the game. Of course, like, everyone would be invited to join in because we've got up to 24 spaces. But yeah, like, it's the GM thing that's the sticker.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your mission. If anyone knows a GM that would be willing to
And the thing is
facilitate.
with it, Tim, is they've got these, like, you pick one of up to 24 characters, and they've got like a pre-built character sheet for each character.
Yeah.
So that's why it's 24. That was it.
Yeah. I've just seen Jake's message, and funny enough, Jake, I was thinking the same thing.
What's that?
So yeah, there you go. That was kind of two things that we saw that really interested us, but didn't actually buy, for various reasons. One, because the date's not great. Two, because we don't have a GM. But yeah, meant to kind of throw out there if anyone is interested. Right, so let's move this, and then we can get onto the stuff that we bought. Right, move that over there. There we go. Right, so this is in like no particular order other than it's kind of smallest to biggest, because that's the way the boxes are stacked.
Yeah.
So that's the logic, right? And funnily enough, the first thing that we've got up to show isn't actually a board game. It's these. So these are 2 books by Jonathan Green. And they're based on the Arkham Horror series, so of course we were going to be interested because we literally have most Arkham Horror games.
And they're like choose your own adventure books.
Yeah, so this is what made them interesting. This was one of Pete's picks, funnily enough. Like, we went through what was there the night before, and this was what you picked out that you went to see this one, didn't you? So I think this was your purchase.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like choose your own adventure books, like Pete said. So based on like the Arkham Horror series, so it's all like Eldritch Horror and Cthulhu. Oh look, characters. We haven't actually had a look. So yeah, like, you read kind of the chapter, make your decision, or you solve a puzzle, and then you kind of go to the right page. So.
And he signed them.
He did. He was really lovely. Like,
There
I think
we
he
go,
was.
look.
he was quite surprised that we wanted both books. He was like, "Do you want me to sign them?" We were like, "Yeah."
He's doing a third one as well, he said, didn't he?
There's a third one out that is going to be available in time for Christmas. So if anyone's looking for Christmas presents, that's, you know, a possibility if you like choose your own adventures. And he kindly gave us a couple of postcards and some bookmarks.
I think there's something going on with the bookmarks for the game as well.
Oh, is there?
It's like the character sheet thing.
Okay, there we go. This is very, like, the artwork in the Arkham Horror games is all very like this.
Yeah.
So it kind of totally fits in. And he's written like loads of other books as well. So worth checking it out. Like we haven't played these yet. So we can't say what they're like. This was the one that Pete wanted. This was the one that was advertised. This is the newest one. So Pete was like, okay, yeah, that's on my list. I want to go and see it. And when we got there, we realised that there was this one. Yeah. So we were like, okay, like let's just have both. I think they were like 12 quid.
Yeah, they weren't expensive. Nothing. Yeah, all right. When you put it like that, Tim, it does sound a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. You can do the. Do you want to do the honours? I'll get Pete to read like the story. You can see like what that one's like. Go on.
Okay. Innsmouth is awash with sightings of a mysterious sunken pirate. I'm gonna start again.
Okay.
Innsmouth is awash with sightings of a mysterious sunken pirate junk near the treacherous Devil Reef, an irresistible lure drawing the investigators of Arkham to the fog-laden Massachusetts town. But the thrill of the discovery quickly wanes when you are faced with hostile locals, a missing marine archaeologist, and a family curse with tendrils that will haunt your waking days. Solve the riddles, overcome tests, and wish for luck as you navigate the rotten streets of the decrepit town and beyond to save the world as you know it. However, choose wisely, for betrayal lurks around every corner, and the path you choose might awaken horrors from beneath the sea to sink us all. There you go. So that's like the synopsis. It's got a really nice rubbery.
It does feel really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the covers are really good. So yeah, so we were like, oh, okay, maybe this is like something that we can do together, like when we're not in the mood for like screen time, like if you don't want to play a video game or watch TV. I guess they could be a thing that we stream. I don't know how well it would work, but I guess you could.
We get like a chair, like, you know, the one, what's his face sits in.
Yeah, choose your own adventure book. So like, for example, like random page, like to tell Dr. Addison you're in this to the better end, turn to page 153. To tell the academic you should leave Innsmouth while you still can, turn to 135. So you make decisions and then you follow it through. So yeah, so we'll see. Maybe they'll make an appearance on stream at some point. I don't know.
Maybe.
Don't know, but there's definitely a possibility that some of the Arkham Horror stuff.
Eddie, what's his face? And I
I mean,
set up a chair and I could read it.
Yeah, like in what's the name of that game? Death Trap Dungeon, yeah. We get Pete to sit in a leather chair and just smirk at the camera, like he's luring you in.
Like I'm luring in.
So that could work though.
We'd have to buy a chair.
That could work. No, we just get a green screen, pretend you're sitting in the chair.
That would be weird.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, maybe. But we need a Pete version. Pete emails them.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay, so that was one purchase. So let me put them bookmarks away. Highly likely that at some point the Arkham Horror games will end up making an appearance on stream because...
Yeah, they're good games.
I'd say they're...
Very good games.
Like...
Difficult.
They're different, yeah. You don't ever... Difficult. Like, you never win.
No,
you never win. You always die. Yeah, I'd say the Arkham Horror board game that's what it's called. Arkham Horror, the board game, is one of my favourites.
Engine to Madness.
No, I like Arkham Horror better though. I don't know why. I just do. It's because it's very tactile, I think. Like.
Yeah, but so is Mansion.
Yeah, but it's the whole kind of that you've got it on a tablet as well. Like the app's really useful because you don't have to remember the rules. which is good because then you can kind of set up and go in. But I quite like the fact, I don't know, there's something about the board game that I like. But yeah, we'll probably end up playing them on stream at some point because they're long. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 hours a game.
Yeah, they're a long game.
But they're pretty cool. Like they're quite story orientated. So yeah. Right, let me move those. We'll get the next thing. Tim and Jake will recognise the next thing.
They will.
It is this. We finally bought a copy of The Mind. So this was a game that we first came across this in our local board game shop, probably about 2 years ago. And it was just because it was always on sale, right? Like, we were like, okay, like, you know, one of those games that you don't pay any attention to, but it was always on sale. And then randomly, Pete and I watched a YouTube video about like the best cooperative board games, and this was in the top 10. We were like, oh, okay, all right. And then Tim and Jake very kindly invited Pete and I to an evening of online board games.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long ago it was. A few
Quite a while
months ago.
Yeah.
And this was on Tabletop Simulator, so I was like, oh, do you know what? We recognise this one. Let's give it a go. It was actually really good.
Yeah, it was good.
We played quite a few rounds of this. This was really
yeah.
good. So it's kind of like a mind reading game.
Yeah.
Kind of. So you each get, do you know what? Should we open it?
Yeah, do.
Yeah, it's really good. It worked really well remotely, and I'm quite interested to see what the experience is like in person. Do you know what? We should have bought a knife or something. Yeah. Do you know what? I'll read the description while Pete. Do you want to sort Zelda some treats?
Okay, I'll do treats. Do you want a drink or anything while I'm in the kitchen?
That would be nice too. Yeah. Right. So Pete's doing treats and tea and getting a knife so I can open games. But this is the description from the back of the box, right? So, ever get that feeling you know what your friends are thinking? All the time. If so, you'll find the mind and experience like no other. The award-winning game of Sixth Sense and Second Sight sees you work together against the odds. Your team has become one, working together to lay down cards in the right order, without talking, miming or communicating. With 12 levels and 5 lives to lose, each of you is part of one mind. Will you learn to think as one and win? There you go. So that's like the overview. If I can actually get into the box, I'll explain like what you do. Okay, even like my long nails are not working. Have I got anything that I can shred it open? There we go, I got there. It's fine. Right. So like, if I can kind of remember, Tim, you might have to correct me if I get any of this wrong, because it was, Zelda's gone for treats. She's not around. Treats are important. There we go. It feels like a game you have to take seriously. Mind, yeah, it is a serious game, so you can't have someone who just thinks it's funny. Yeah, no. This is definitely one where you're kind of in it, like as a team. Like you've all got to be pulling together for like, the goal, otherwise there's no point in playing. Like it's just not fun. I can see how this would be really frustrating if you were playing with someone and they were just like, I'm going to put a card down. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. So it's really simple, right? You got a bunch of cards. I won't open them because they'll go everywhere. But they're basically numbered, right? And I think is it 1 to 99, Tim? Does that sound right? Oh, there you go. Pete's got a knife. Thank you. Yeah, we think it's 1 to 99. And then you each get so many cards. And you can't show the others what cards you've got. And the idea is that you have to place the cards down in numerical order. So you're kind of like judging what card has been placed down and then kind of trying to mind read your friends to go like, right, have I got the next highest card or has someone else got it? So the idea is that you're kind of playing up to 99, trying to get as far as you can without screwing up the sequence. if you do screw up the sequence, you've got like things like throwing stars. Like there's kind of like different cars that give you buffs, so you can kind of like backtrack. And the idea is that you get 5 lives and you kind of progress through the levels to see how far you get. So it gradually gets harder and harder. So this was really good. Like Tim said, it's such a simple idea, but it's just, it was so much fun. And I think that, like we were talking, I think Jake made a very good point. I think it was Jake. So like when we were playing digitally, it kind of really did, like you couldn't read body language or tone of voice or anything like that. So we were purely kind of working on, okay, like let's see how in sync like this friendship group is. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this is like in person, because I think it'd be a bit of a different experience. And it's like, right, who's going to be the person who kind of can't help but give away like like, you know, body language and stuff. Yeah, like this was really cool. So I think this was like £10. And to be honest, I'm sure you can get it cheaper on Amazon, but it was there and I wanted it, so I bought it. Because yeah, hopefully Tim and Jake, when we see you guys, we can bring this and actually play it in person. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Work teams could be quite interesting. Well, I'm trying to think, how do you reckon that would go with our work colleagues, Phil? I think me and you would be fine. I'm not sure we'd be in sync with anyone else. In there. But yeah, like if you're looking for a game to play with friends that's cheap to pick up, quick to play. Does it say on there how long our game is? 20 minutes. It's saying that a game is 2 to 4 players, 8+. I know, right? Phil's dropped us. Damn him. So yeah, highly recommended. Like, this is a game that we bought having played, so we know this is good. We'd be in sync, but I'm much more interested in how far away our boss would be. Do you know what? The next time we go to the pub for the evening, I might bring this. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, you speak with the demon here and he appears. Right, next thing. What's the next thing? Right, so next up we've got Shadows. So this is actually one of the games that is on the poll. So you can vote for this to be played at the end of the month. There's my thing. Hi Fed, how you doing? Yeah, let me pin that again. If you haven't voted, vote in the poll and that will determine the game that we play at the end of the month. This is one of the options. So you can see the light on the camera and the thing. I'll remove the plastic so it doesn't reflect. So we first came across this when, where are you going? Fed's back with the rhymes. Phil is around. Phil is around, but Pete is also around. He's just making tea, so he'll be back. Let me get rid of that plastic. You don't want that. I'm trying to think. Pete and I, where were we going? Oh, we were visiting Dark Shocks in Glasgow. That was it. And so we decided to drive up there and do like a whole road trip of the UK. And so we stopped in, I think it was Leeds, like on the way up. And then we did a Google and it turned out that there was a board game shop there, Travelling Man, which is quite a well-known board game shop. Hang on, getting coasters. He's here. I'm just grabbing the coasters so he can put some tea down. Oh, where's the other one gone? I moved them because we were trying to make space for the games. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much. Fed says hi.
Hi, Fed.
Yeah.
How is Fed? Oh, excuse me.
So you can do. Phil, you're a mod. You can do what the hell you want. I'll leave that up to you. I'm just going to pass the stuff that we've already shown over to Pete so we can make some room.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, got those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so, yeah, we first came across this in Leeds in the board game shop, and we purely went in for a browse. And this was one, I think we ended up taking a picture of the box so we could kind of look at it later, because we weren't really in a position. I think the shop was only open for we caught the last half hour of the day or something, hadn't we? So it was like we didn't really have time to sort of look too much. So we took a picture of this thinking that we'd come back to it later. Totally forgot about it and then saw it at the show. So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll have that. I think this was about £15. That sound about right?
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe 15 or like 17. It was somewhere in that region. You know, quite like appropriate. Nice cheap game. Oh, okay, sorry, we've got to talk to Fed in Rhyme. Something with time. I don't know, I'm thinking on the spot.
Okay, that was good.
Pete is normally the one with the rhymes.
I don't.
You make up songs all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this one, yeah, exactly, Phil, and you get something physical to keep, right? So this one is 1 to 6 players, age is 16 plus, and play time is 2 to 4 hours. And you do need internet access for this one. So I'll read the description. It is so good. Are you sure this is this Fed and not like ChatGPT? I'm just checking. So the synopsis for this one is: an assignment awaits you in Amsterdam. You must break into the famous Bachmann Gallery and steal a mysterious painting. Before you can do this, you must scour Amsterdam's underworld for a team capable of carrying out such an operation. You will also scout out the gallery, inspect building plans, hack security systems, and plan your theft. Every decision you make affects how the story develops. In addition to high-fidelity game materials, the use of real online maps, emails,
technology,
and websites draws you deep into the story. Can you pull off the $1 million heist of the century? Is that something that AI would say? I'm just checking. So yeah, this says your choices determine how the mystery unfolds. An immersive cooperative crime game ideal for fans of true crime.
Yeah.
Investigate locations, people and documents to pull off the heist. Realistic evidence including online maps, websites and video calls. An unforgettable crime thriller experience for 1 to 6 players, ages 16 and up. So yeah, like this is one of the options on the poll. What have we got? This is by Cosmos. So they make a lot of escape room in box types games. They also do some of the Exit the Game, like the jigsaw puzzle. What was the jigsaw puzzle we played? The one we did with Dark Shocks.
Yes.
Or like the Mysterious Temple or something like that, wasn't it? The one in like the jungle.
Oh, a temple.
Yeah, we did it on stream not too long ago. So yeah, like Thames and Cosmos do a lot of escape room type stuff. Stop. Don't look at anything in the box yet.
Collaborate and listen.
Don't break any of the seals. Instead, follow the game instructions which start on the back of this card. During the game, keep the deck... Oh, so basically it's saying, don't open anything until you're ready to play. So we should probably not go...
So we won't go any further with that?
We won't go any further with that one, because, yeah, we don't want to spoil it.
Spoilers.
So if this doesn't get voted for at the end of the month, this will be one that does appear on stream. Because, we can play it cooperatively, right? If anyone wants to join in, there's room for up to 6 people. So, yeah.
But if you are going to join in,
you have
to dress like a ninja. Okay. And the rules.
Isn't it a little bit hypocritical that we're talking about, the weekend before the 27th. So what would that be? The 20th? I
Right.
think. On the 20th, you're due to play a game where you're a policeman.
Oh.
And in the weekend afterwards, you have the potential to choose that Pete plays a game where he's a criminal.
Well, you know, you got to try all sides of life.
See which career you like best.
Oh, I know which career I'd like best.
Daddy's always a ninja. I'm just going to ask, have you got a cold, Fed, if you're drinking honey and ginger? Are you feeling alright if so? So yeah, there you go. That was Masters of Crime, Shadows.
Maybe Nomad should try the honey and ginger shiz then.
So alongside this on the stall, I can't remember the name of the stall this was from. There was another version which was Vendetta.
Yeah.
And it was all like, oh, you're going to meet the Godfather, and we're like, nah, we kind of like the idea of being a criminal gang instead. You just use whatever right verbs. He's not actually drinking honey and ginger. but see how caring we are. See how compassionate we are. Like we're just checking in that you're all right. All right, I'll show you my Excel mug in a moment. Hang on. Then move that out of the way. So that's Shadows. So vote if you want to see that one at the end of the month. There you go. Over to you. Right. So my mug. Pete bought me this. Oh no, but I can't tilt it. I don't want to tilt it so my teeth spill. Like, ooh.
You can't do it.
Let me drink some tea and I'll show you. Alright.
Hello, cat.
Ah. Oh, to be fair, I'm surprised that's still working.
Yeah.
That's doing alright.
He's doing alright, innit, Pud? Easy is. Yes.
Oh.
Easy.
Zelda's back, so we might have some Zelda time soon.
Go on in. Over you come.
Are you sitting on the lap or are you going on the table?
No, we're going on the leg, I think.
Oh, okay. It's not like you. Alright, you sit there then.
It hasn't got a...
It's not the puzzle ball's not out.
No,
Yeah,
it's not,
that's why.
It's not good for claws.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll show it. I'll show it when I've drunk my tea. Right, so the next game that we bought, well, this was one of my purchases.
Yes.
I've had this on my list.
It's quite hard to get, actually.
It is so hard to get. I've had this on my list since going to visit Dark Shots in Glasgow last November.
Yes.
And it never comes up for sale. I've never seen it for sale. And then just as we were about to leave the expo,
Boom.
it was there. And Pete was like, it's there. So I was like, great, grab it. And I think this was from, hey, is that yours?
She almost sat on that.
She did. I think this is from Leisure Games. So Phil, this is from the shop that we're planning to go and visit in London. I think.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, there we go. Confirmed. This was bought from Leisure Games. So how we kind of came across this originally was when we went to visit Dark Shots.
Shots Fest.
Yeah, when we went to visit Dark Shots in November. Ashnas and Dave were also there. And Ashnas introduced us to this game. So he was it's a GM-less game, but he was kind of guiding us through it, wasn't he? Give him a pun anyway. So yeah, thanks to Ashnas for introducing this to us. To be fair, Ashnas had kind of downloaded everything he needed from the internet, so you don't need to buy.
No, but you get that access from buying the box, don't you? So.
But I wanted. Oh no, don't worry, Fed. Just chill. Don't run. You're fine.
Don't worry.
Oh wow, everyone's now on the rhymes instead of puns. Fed, you've started something.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna leave Phil in charge of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I bought the game, the guy said, "Do you want the PDF version as well?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you know what? All right, I'll have that." So they've sent that over via email. So yeah, but how would you describe this? Go on. Let me drink some tea.
It's a GM-less
you describe this one.
tabletop RPG, isn't it? But you're given something to start, and then you work around it in turns from there, didn't you? So.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it played. So you each pick random cards at the beginning, And that kind of gives you the setup, so
Yeah,
like your
this-
story
yeah.
and your theme and the objects in it and that kind of thing. So I think that we ended up with a detective murder mystery set in Scotland, and it was called
Yeah.
Taggart Noir.
Yeah.
That was like the theme, and it was set in a pub in Scotland in a small village. And then like you make up a character, and your character has connections with 2 other characters.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. I think one of like when we played, I think Dave was like my son and Ashnaz, but someone else was my husband. I
Yeah.
think I can't remember. And it just gets like more and more ridiculous. Like you're kind of working together to tell a story, but you have to kind of like, I can't remember. You get so many like points or something, and you spend points. I think. It's been quite a long time.
It was good though. But we came away going, we need to buy this.
It was a lot of fun. Like we were just laughing all the way through because the story was getting more and more ridiculous. And I think I ended up murdering Pete's character.
Yeah, I think it did.
No, do you know what? I ended up murdering everyone's character and then walked away scot-free.
Yeah. I believe that's what happened.
Yeah, I think so. Because they were trying to take over my pub and I wasn't going to have
I think
it.
I was a drug dealer. Wasn't
You
I?
were a drug dealer,
I think
yeah.
I was a drug dealer, yeah.
But it just got more and more ridiculous as you tried to incorporate the elements that you've picked along with the stuff that everyone else is throwing at you. You've got to try and think like, all right, how can I connect these random things?
No, Paul is still alive, don't worry. No Pauls were hurt in the transitional period of the pin.
Why does everyone think that I murdered Paul for his pin? Yeah, talk about taken out of context. Yeah. So yeah, like the synopsis for this one. Do you know what? Let me take the plastic off because it's just reflecting everything. Because it's a pin and he wouldn't let you have it. He gave it to me. We gave it to Pete to give to me. And I said I'd repay him in cake. There we go. More plastic. This is the only thing. There's so much plastic. Not good. Not good. Right. So the synopsis for this one.
Catch you later, Fedman. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, nice
it's
to
good
see
ya.
you. Have a good weekend. Right, this one. Fiasco is an award-winning storytelling game inspired by cinematic tales of small-time capers gone disastrously wrong. You'll tell a story about ordinary people with powerful ambition and poor impulse control. Lives and reputations will be lost. Painful wisdom will be gained. And if you're really lucky, you might just end up back where you started, but you probably won't be lucky.
Yeah, it's not meant to end well.
No,
is it?
but it's just meant to be funny. Like it's
Yeah.
just like a proper like belly laugh game. Like we were wetting ourselves at certain points because it was just getting so ridiculous. So this one is for ages 14 up and takes around 2 hours to play. It's for 3 to 5 players. There is a reason why you need at least 3 because you've got to have connections with at least 2 other characters. I'd say that when we played it went on for longer than 2 hours.
Oh, it went on for ages.
But a lot of that was Ashnash trying to explain the game to us. And we were taking sort of like snack breaks and stuff through the game. So it went on for a lot longer, but it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so much so that we came away saying, right, we want a copy of this. So I haven't actually seen it because we didn't play it with like. Thanks, Tim. Because we didn't play the physical version when we went away with Dark Shots and the crew. Okay, well that's Zelda's now, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
It looks like the hand's trying to grab her towel.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, because we didn't have the physical version when we went away. We've not actually seen what's in this box, so I don't know.
Oh, she's pouring her towel on the screen.
What?
She's pouring her towel.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her. So we've got a rules booklet. What's this? What we got? A digital playmat on Roll20. Yeah. Oh, look.
And that's the little board thing.
There's a board. Ooh.
Yeah, so these are the things we didn't have, so it made it.
We were literally playing with ripped bits of paper that Ash had brought with him.
That's very nice. I like all this. It's
So
nice.
yeah, I think you can get expansions as well. So in here, like we don't actually know what's in here. So you've got the ending deck, then you've got a Tales from Suburbia deck, a Poppleton Mall deck, and a Dragon Slayers deck.
So I guess you can buy other decks to make the
Yeah,
story.
I've seen the other deck.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
What, still for sale? Are they as hard to get?
I've seen them online. I don't know, like if you can get them. She's alright. Yeah, seeing as we've been talking about dragons, let's have a look. Wow, okay. That's like a massive box for not
Yeah, but I
much in
guess
it.
the idea is you can put the other decks in there, isn't it?
True. Let's see if I can get that back in there.
Oh look, there's a little synopsis on the back of the...
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
look at to read. Wow, okay. You can try and get that back in there.
I wouldn't bother about.
I know, but it just fit quite nicely. There we go. Alright, so this is Dragon Slayers. So yeah, we rode into this miserable little town, a bunch of outsiders ready to solve their problem. Solve a motherfucking dragon. This is what it says, I'm not like making this up. Well, we solved it, and here we are, ready to kick back and split up the loot and regale these bumpkins with tales of mummy rot and devilish traps and the dragon we whacked. Of course it's never that simple. Adventurers like us all have egos and we all have a past. Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this one. This could be potentially one that ends up on stream, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a stream
I think
one.
you could do it on stream. People would have to make their own cards. But if I've got the PDF version, I could send that to everyone beforehand.
Yeah.
Marshmallow. Oh, have you got? Is that like a local cat? That's a cool name for a cat.
I'll leave that there like that. Go back in the hole.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. This is purely to cut. There you go. Purely to cut the plastic of the games. This stream has been terrible for my reputation. Yeah, like looking forward to playing this one. Again, like when we see Tim, Jake and Co in person, I think this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
For us all to play, because like we found it funny with Dave and Ashness and Dart Shocks, and we've known Tim and Jake for longer, so we know more sort of how Tim and Jake's mind works. That could be even worse. Do you know what I mean? Like it could get even more.
No, it's a good game.
Stupid.
Good game.
So yeah, and this is coming from Pete, who doesn't really enjoy storytelling games. You struggle a little bit with them, don't you?
Sometimes, yeah.
I've got one upstairs called What We Possess. I tried to play it with Pete, and bless you tried, but you just can't make up a story on the spot.
No, not so good at that.
What was that? Could not reject the null hypothesis that Kim is unrelated to the murders. Did you fail to reject?
We done with this one? Taking away?
We are. But before we go on to the next one, I might take a little break.
Oh, okay.
Because we've got, not so everyone understands what's going on. This is our coffee table, and this is the bench for our dining room table. And we have joined the two, so we have enough space. But the issue is there's about this much space for our legs between the sofa and the
Yes.
bench.
It does
So
get a little bit.
this is not very comfortable at all. But it's the best way to play to stream this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think every kind of hour or so we're going to need to get up and stretch our legs because I'm getting pins and needles in my feet.
Ah, okay.
It was, well, the only other alternative was to get the puzzle board out, right? And then do it on the puzzle board. The thing with that, Zelda loves the puzzle board, so it would just be a Zelda stream. We wouldn't be able to fit anything on the
No, it
thing
should sit
because
right in the
it would
middle
just
of
be
it.
Zelda. 100 star jumps. That's what Tim wants if we're gonna have a break.
Go on then.
Every stream, yeah, of course it is. She's always around, bless her. So that's what we'll do. We'll just do a 24-hour Game Blast stream next year, but just put the puzzle board here and just leave it on.
And just feed her treats
Yeah,
and
just
stuff.
put Zelda treats there every time she jumps off.
Yeah.
She'd probably enjoy that, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it'd be cheap, like, content for us.
Yeah.
We're just going to start pimping Zelda out.
Okay.
Nice. Right. So what we'll do, we'll put the whole screen on just a couple of minutes while we kind of get up and stretch and...
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we shall be back. We've got... How many more have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 more games to show you that we bought. And these are all... like no more books or anything like that. These are all proper games now.
Proper games, yeah.
Just checking. Yeah, they're all proper games. So the stuff we've shown have kind of been more sort of cardy type stuff. This is proper game stuff now coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We shall see you guys in just a moment. We're
Back.
Right, so sorry, 2 things before we launch back into games. First thing, Phil wanted to see my Excel mug. That's my Excel mug. Right. So thanks to Pete for surprising me with that about a year ago. The other thing, I saw Phil's comment there about shame Zelda doesn't do collars. Yeah, we tried that. It didn't end well.
No, she doesn't like collars, do you? You don't like them? No.
No, when we first adopted Zelda, we tried to put collars on her and her brother. Her brother couldn't have cared less. Sat there, let you do it, didn't care. Zelda
Went fucking
for about
mental.
half an hour would not stop running around, like just was proper, just like okay, we're like, yeah, we need to take this collar off of her.
Yeah, she was deeply unhappy.
Yeah.
Wasn't you? So
Yeah,
we don't do collars,
that was
do
really
we?
fast star jumps, promised him.
Come in.
So yeah, unfortunately no collars for Zelda, but I'm sure she'll make another appearance on camera very soon. She's thinking about it. Right, what have we got next?
Dunno.
We've got one that I'm sure people will recognise. Escape the Dark Sector. I'm gonna let you talk about this one because this was, well, right, so you were planning on purchasing this.
This was my backup purchase.
This was what Pete kind of had on his list to purchase when we went there. And the reason we know about this, I'll let Pete explain. But before we got to buying this, Pete found a game that he wasn't expecting and bought and pretty much blew all of his budget.
Yeah.
So I bought this for Pete. But because this is technically your game, I'm going to let you talk about this one.
It's the successor to Escape the Dark Castle. So in the future. It's a sci-fi version. I believe it's fundamentally the same game. It plays the same way, but you're playing as the descendants of those that escaped the Dark Castle. And as we have escaped a couple of times now,
thanks to usually Dark Shock's Dave and Ash knows.
And Nomad.
We own Nomad, yeah, we Nomad, didn't we?
We thought maybe it was time to buy the next one, so we can now escape the Dark Sector.
Yeah. So the artwork is very similar.
Yeah, I mean it's fundamentally the same thing, right?
It's a game of deep space adventure. Escape the Dark Sector is a simple sci-fi adventure game with a focus on atmosphere, storytelling and player cooperation. Perfect for newcomers to tabletop gaming. To be fair, that's a really good description. This is definitely one to buy if you're new to board games. Yeah. It's really easy. Like the Escape the Dark Castle is really easy to play. Playing as the crew of an impounded starship, you find yourselves confined to the detention block of a vast space station. Using a variety of advanced gear and weaponry, embark on a desperate mission to find your ship and blast your way home. Can you escape the dark? Okay, so to be fair, like we didn't actually know that was the story because we kind of just wanted it because it was the sequel, but we hadn't actually. We didn't know what the story was. There you go, that's the story. So you're in the detention block of a space station. So you're trying to escape and find your starship, which is, I guess, is essentially like Escape the Dark Castle, where you've been imprisoned in a dungeon. But it's the same thing. This product is not a toy. It actually says that.
But it is a toy.
It says this product is not a toy. Yeah, go figure. All right.
But so it's the same beastie as the last one.
We think, because...
it is.
Then what's this? Look.
We've got one of them in the other one.
Have we?
Yeah. But it's just got your health on it, so it's just a more, sci-fi looking one. It's all good.
The thing is, whenever I play this, we never use this.
No, we never
always
use
the scrap bit of paper, just because we're like, oh, but we got a scrap bit of paper. Okay, all right.
So the dice are similar, but with different symbols on them. But and the cards are the same. Shall I open it up and have a look at the first?
Open the card. Yeah, go on. So in the Dark Castle, like you always get the same first card, and it's like, oh, you've been trapped in this dungeon, and there's a chest in the corner. You can open the chest. Like, it's just a very sort of generic opening setting. So there must be one in here. Is that it? There.
Can we look at the character cards?
Oh yeah, go on then. Who have we got? Right, so we've got Abbott. Oh look, it's the same names.
Yeah, it's the same names.
There you go. Interesting fact, if a board game is for 0 to 14-year-olds, it's a toy. If it's above, it's no longer a toy in terms of... Oh, okay. So is that why it's saying it's not a toy?
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. That was like quite an interesting fact. Sorry, Phil, have a pun. This is Monkey Island soundtrack because I didn't really know what music to put on, so it's just a Monkey Island soundtrack.
Oh, the right first difference spotted.
Oh, okay.
So
wait 1 minute. Sorry, I had a look at these. Right, so all right. So who have we got? We've got 2 women, 4 men, and probably shouldn't be basing that. Let me scrap that because that's not very inclusive, is it? No. Right, we've got Miller, Abbott, Taylor, Tanner, Cook and Smith. So as Pete mentioned, that these are the descendants of the characters from Escape the Dark Castle, and they've all got the same names.
Yeah.
Yes, Zelda, we know. Okay.
But so I'm not going to go look at the cards because they'll spoil it if we play. Don't. But in Dark Castle,
yeah, they all look thrilled.
They've all got the same starting card. You turn it over, you're in the cell.
Oh, so there's different.
But there's
start?
3
well, why
different.
are you showing me and not the camera?
Oh. But I'm not going to read them because.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's
interesting.
a little bit different, but fundamentally it's the same. That you've got that end card with the you know.
Again, you're showing me and not the camera.
End card, yeah, but it's different from every. yeah. So you know, end boss cards and yeah.
So show the back of the other cards.
The back of them.
Yeah.
What do you mean the back of them?
The back of these cards.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Because this is different. Like this is
So,
all like.
instead of.
I can't remember what's on the other cards.
No, just but they're all the same. It's just.
Yeah, no, but that's the back of
Yeah.
them. That's not the
Yeah. So.
situation cards.
Yeah, escape the dark castle.
So yeah, I
but in
think
space.
if we were going to play, I'd probably be Tanner, just because I want the 80s mullet.
Oh, you want the mullet. Looks something like Sandy Tosvig.
It does a bit. Yeah, we'll definitely get this one on stream, Nomad. I think, is this on the poll? I think this is on the poll, so you can vote for this.
Smells good too.
It smells like, like new paper. You
Smells
feel like
like
Pete has to
magic
be
cards.
at it. Yeah, we'll definitely end up playing this because we have. Oh, what's this? This is new too. There's more dice, people. This.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look. What's that?
Oh. So there are some new rules in it then.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
A bunch more dice.
there's like ammunition and shoes.
Oh, okay. We'd have to have a look at it before.
Or I guess, hold on, let me pour one of them out. Right, so like, yeah, look, it's like got bullets on it, and I guess that might determine if you hit or miss. Maybe?
Yeah.
Pete's got to do a study stream before he does the board game stream. Needs to know all the rules. Yeah. But I'd say that like the escape the dark castle, and I'm hoping by extension escape the dark sector. The rules are so quick. Like
Yeah,
you're
well,
literally in.
It says on the thing 2 minutes to set it up and be
Yeah,
away.
but the first game you play is not 2 minutes. But I reckon less than 15.
Yeah.
But saying that, there's got to be more rules because there's more things in this. So
Yeah.
this is saying, oh yeah, look, you get ballistic ammo dice, energy dice, explosion ammo dice, crew dice, hit dice, chapter dice. So there's
there is
definitely
quite a
more
bit more.
dice. Oh my god, you get starting cybernetics cards.
Ooh.
And oh god, I think that this is going to be a little bit more involved. Like not in a bad way. I don't think it's going to be like overly complicated. But I think it's definitely more involved than Escape the Dark Castle. So this is like how the...
What's the matter?
They're just meowing at us. Right, this is how the story unfolds. Act 1, the detention level. We join the story just as you and your fellow crew break out of your cell in the detention level. As the alarms blare in the narrow passages of this part of the station, you'll encounter brutal guards, savage security systems, and even other escaping prisoners. Then Act 2, the heart of the station. Explore this eclectic and terrifying sprawl of dive bars, laboratories, and alien hives as your adventure gathers speed. Meet mercenary crews, curious nobles, tech peddlers, and beings from different worlds. And then the final one, Act 3, the Forgotten Zones. Finally, you venture into the unmapped conduits, smugglers' hideaways, and vast docking bays of the station's lesser-known areas, facing gangs of cyberpunks, hideous mutants, and swarms of killer organisms. Yeah, this is like is more. This sounds like Mass Effect.
It does a bit, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay, so this is definitely going to be one I think that Pete is going to need to
Pre-read.
read. Oh, okay. Right, okay, and this is a bit more sort of RPG-y. It's in like like in Escape the Dark Castle, kind of it's all very kind of freeform.
Yeah.
Like in this, it says before each round, all players must first declare which action their crew member is going to take before any actions are taken.
Right.
So you got to decide up front what you're doing. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, like some of the stuff in here, it's definitely more RPG. Oh, there's a section on close combat. and fighting and... Oh, you can play solo as well though. The game is designed to be as exciting with one player as it is with four. To play a solo game, simply choose 2 members of the crew and begin the game as normal. There's a few more instructions there. Oh, there you go, merch. But there's a record. So for Escape the Dark Castle, there are expansions. Pete has one of these.
Yes, we've never played it though.
Because it just seems so hard. Like, Escape the Dark Castle, as hard as it is, without throwing in Plague, like... But we will do it, and we'll probably end up doing it on stream, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But it just, we haven't attempted it yet, because it's hard enough to win as it is. But there's nothing in here about expansions for this one.
No, maybe because of the extra bits within it doesn't need it.
But yeah, this is the newest. Nomad's down to get Plague.
No worries.
All right. Well, like I said, this is an option on the poll. So if you want to see this and join in, the option is there. This is the newest game by Themeborn. They've got like The Last of Us version. From what we saw of it, like it was on tables at the expo. It does look a lot more involved.
Oh, it
looks like a proper board game. The artwork is the same. It looks really nice, but it was about 70 quid.
It's one maybe next year, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I must admit, like, I'm not like a huge The Last of Us fan.
Unless that Cthulhu Train one and the Innsmouth one are out, in which case, then those.
Yeah. It was about 70 quid. Like, board games are not cheap. Like, you can get cheap board games. Like, how much was this? This was 30 quid. So that's the other thing. If you're going to the UK Games Expo,
shop around.
First off, don't buy from the first stand that you see. And second off, don't always buy from the publisher's stand.
Yeah.
Because Escape the Dark Sector, I think, was £45 on Themeborn's site.
Yeah.
We found this for 30.
Yeah.
On, I think it was like Travelling Man.
Yeah,
maybe.
Travelling Man, yeah.
So yeah, like if you're going, don't immediately like splash out unless there's something you know that you really want and you might not find it anywhere else.
And
like
it's rare as
Fiasco.
rocking or shit, in which case...
Like as soon as I saw Fiasco, I was like, I'm buying it. Like, I'm not going to look around and buying it. But for other stuff that you know is sold else or is more common, if you like,
yeah,
don't pick it up immediately. But yeah, there are the next games we've got coming up. Well, no, one of them's cheap, and then they start getting a little bit more expensive. So yeah, this is on the cheaper side. Is there no spreadsheet of all games where they were bought and how much? There should be, Phil, right? Asset management. There you go, Tim. Oh, you can't. Oh, hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on. Zelda's purring, right? Let's see if we can pick her up. Not sure about how well that came across on the stream. There you go, proof that she's here. I've got to try and get my mic back on now. These mics are really hard.
Do you want me to?
There we go. I think I've got it.
No.
Okay,
Can I do
you
it?
didn't. Yeah, you do it. Oh, you know, like she's happy. She's on Pete's lap. She's getting stroked. She's had her treats. She's all good.
And the medicines.
Yeah. You happy? Big cat? Yeah. Zelda per stream. ASMR. Hey. Yeah, what was you saying? Oh, we were talking about spending too much money on board games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was Escape the Dark Sector. One that we've wanted for a while, but we've kind of been holding off for the
Well, we
board
knew
game
we were
show.
going to wait till we got to the board game show, right?
But yeah, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Obviously, we haven't played this one, but highly recommend Escape the Dark Castle. Have you considered the cat cam attached to a harness? Yeah, no, there is absolutely no way he would let us to put a harness on her. Zero chance. No
I
chance.
can't get over that. Especially now I've got Zelda on me.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed now, aren't you? So I'm guessing you're going to want me to put these board games over there.
No, I can
You
probably
sure?
put that down here, yeah.
Is there anything else in top of there? It feels quite empty.
I don't think so.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, this one will be making an appearance on stream at some point, but you can vote for it for the 27th of June in the poll. If it's
Mr.
one
Shoxer.
you're right, Shox, how are you doing? We were lurking earlier in your stream. Honestly, your speed runs, they're getting crazier and crazier. There you go. Oh no, don't worry. Like nothing. No, like not a problem. Don't worry. But there you go. Escape the Dark Sector is in the poll. Unfortunately, you've just missed Escape the Dark Sector, Dark Shocks. But because I know Dark Shocks is interested in this one, this looks more involved than Escape the Dark Castle. There's more rules, there's more cards, there's more dice, there's axe. Oh no, we haven't played it. We've literally just opened the box. Like this, we're just doing unboxing, so we haven't played it. So you haven't missed out. Yeah. So we were just having a quick look at like the instructions and stuff. So we're gonna get like it's gonna need to be one that Pete reads before playing. But Nomad's in, so if you're in at some point, we'll get a game going. But I was just saying that it is on the poll for the end of the month, so anyone who wants to see this sooner rather than later, you can vote for this one. Right, let me check that one over there. Excuse me. Right, so followed by another one that's on the poll. Oh yeah, we got the Monkey Island theme tune in the background tonight. This is Curse of the Dark. This is on the poll too, and this is an escape room game. So, to be honest, I knew nothing about this until we saw it on a stall. Nothing.
No, it's a new one.
There you go, impression stand. So while we were queuing at the stand to buy Shadows, like the card adventure game that we showed a little while ago, this was on the stand as well, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. All right, picked it up. I think this was about 20 quid, like it was pretty cheap. So I was like, do you know what? I'll give it a punt. We'd give it a go. And funnily enough, as we were queuing up to pay, there was someone next to us that had also picked this up. Sorry, I'm going to cough again. There we go, sorry about that. Yeah, someone next to us had picked this up, and the woman who, like the person on the store was selling it, she was like, oh, this is so good, like this is really good. And I actually I bought it and then looked at reviews, and it has actually got really good reviews. It is pretty, it doesn't look like it's going to be heavy, but it's a lot heavier than you think it's going to be. So the tagline for this one is, an evil creature stalks the village in search of prey. Not Pete. Can you uncover the mysteries of the creature's castle and escape? So this one is 14 plus again, 1 to 6 players, and about an hour and a half, or 2 hours-ish. Well, it says 90 minutes because it's two. It says it is 2 parts. So every board game must have dark immortality. Yeah, I know. Like Pete and I have only been playing board games for about 3 years, and we don't play them as often as we would like. So we're not like nowhere near experts or anything like that. But we have realised that we have a definite fondness for horror-themed games.
Yeah, it would seem so.
Like they're the games that we tend to be drawn to, and they tend to be quite difficult. We like difficult board games that you're not going to win.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah, I know. Sorry. When we put that list together, we weren't thinking about like, oh, how can we get all the dark games in? It was like, what games would work well on stream and allow other people to join in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is quite funny that there's a theme. You can see the games we go for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although to be fair, the big one that I picked up this year is something totally different.
Yeah.
So you might be surprised. But yeah, this is an escape room game. To be honest, I've never seen anything in this range before. This is Professor Puzzle Games. I've never heard of them other than seeing them on the stall. So we don't really know what to expect. But the thing that sold it, that there was two, wasn't there? There was this one and there was one set in like a hotel.
I think it was a
Is it
hotel.
a hotel? So we picked up both to have a look. But the one that sold it, there was something in this, wasn't it? I was like, oh, it's that. Let me try and figure out what it was, remind myself. That was it. In Curse of the Dark, players build an interactive tiled map of the castle's floor plan. So I quite liked the idea of kind of building up on stream, like the map of the castle as we go. And it's got like pop-up stuff, like, come on. Oh, hold on, it says you will need an internet-connected device with a torch
Oh.
to play Curse of the Dark. Oh, so this could be a good one to actually play in the dark with just your lights.
No, maybe, yeah.
Right. So there's quite a long description on this one. So I'll have a read before we open it. So this says, investigate the mystery of a doomed village and its cursed castle in this thrilling escape room game. It's not just an escape room game, Pete. It's a thrilling escape room game.
It's a thrilling escape room game.
You couldn't resist the allure of Maldengraf, a remote mountain village, overshadowed by an imposing Gothic castle and haunted by a spate of mysterious disappearances. Could there be truth in the hushed whispers of a creature stalking the area? As you look for answers, your investigation takes a sinister turn. Captured by an unseen force, you must escape the castle's dungeon or become the creature's latest victim. But you only have 3 hours before the creature resumes its hunt. In Curse of the Dark, players build an interactive tile map, which I've just mentioned, discovering and solving over 20 interlinked puzzles. The game features innovative puzzle components and gameplay and is designed to recreate the escape room experience at home. And then it kind of just goes on that it's like really easy to play and stuff like that. And finally, it's time to solve the mystery of the creature and the castle. Will you survive the night?
Probably not.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, like I said, Phil, I've got no idea about this company at all. Like, I've never heard of Professor Puzzle Games before.
Nice.
Yeah, but these ones are easy to peel off.
Oh, okay.
And it means then that there's no sticky bits left on the box.
I see.
So we're going to open this and see what's inside. We won't go too deep because it's an escape room, so we don't want to spoil it. But if you like the look of what you see, this is another one that is on the poll. It's another option.
It really?
Yep.
We don't know. Okay.
We don't know what.
Well, we don't know if we've got the equipment to video it.
Why would we not have the equipment?
Well, we might need other stuff.
No, we don't. You just want more equipment. Stop. Do not remove this insert from the box until instructed. Okay? How to play with hints and solutions. Read first.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we won't go too deep, but there's
all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that looks interesting. There's quite a lot of stuff in here. There's all sorts. There's cards, there's inserts, there's newspaper articles, there's things that look like bits of clocks. But obviously we don't want to spoil it. Oh wow, okay, there's scratch off. Oh, okay. Puzzle answers, nice. Need a pan and zoom camera to follow the action, maybe, Pete.
Well, see, we've got one now. This camera here is a PTZ camera, but there's a newer version of this that's out, and it is a lot better than this. But I thought I'd get the cheaper one to see how we got on with it before I went and spent a small fortune on other things.
There's a little bit more story in the introduction, and it says, you're an investigator of some import and renown. A courier brought you an envelope 9 days ago. Inside, an article and an anonymous letter, signed J, begging for your help. A castle-dwelling monster responsible for the disappearance of 19 people. Naturally, you were compelled to look into this mystery for yourself. After a long train journey, you have now arrived in the remote mountain village of Mordengrath. As you enter, there is an eerie silence, and you become aware that the villagers are staring at you intently. When you approach someone for help, the villagers flee inside, bolting their doors and closing their shutters. In the distance, the foreboding castle seems to beckon to you. Welcome to Mordengrath. So that is the story. So yeah, it does say that you've got to use a torch at certain points. So we have got a torch over there, which we can use. So it also says to play Curse of the Dark, you'll either need an internet-connected mobile phone with a torch or another internet-connected device and a separate torch. So that works, we can do that. For some puzzles, you will also need a pen and a pencil. Ideally, you will also have scissors to hand to cut some of the components, but they must be torn very carefully. Oh, this looks good. This is really good. Okay, so Nomad says, just a quick look at Professor Puzzle Games. They've done a few murder mysteries and escape room games. They've also done something called Pass the Pasta, which is apparently, and I'm quoting, a preposterous game of collecting carbs. I'm going to admit I've never heard of it and I've never seen it.
No, I do not know of
but,
him.
Yeah, to be fair, like, this looks pretty cool. Like, you can never tell with some of this stuff. Like, we have had ones that we've opened and I'm like, oh, this looks good, and you play it and you're like, oh, the puzzles weren't great. But based on kind of like
What's
stuff in
the
the
thing
box,
you and Dark Shocks call the thing of puzzling? When, like the book, you call it the something.
the Stefano effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we genuinely don't know what this is going to be like because we have no experience with the company. But like I said, it's got really good reviews, and the woman selling it said it was really good. Well, of course she's going to say that. She's not going to say, "Here, buy this from my store," but don't buy that. It's rubbish. So yeah, this is on the poll. If you fancy an escape room game, this is it. Like I said, I think this was about 20 quid. It was no more than £20. So if this does come up on the poll and you want to join in, like, for reals at home, it could be one I'm assuming you must be able to get it online. But of course you don't have to do that, because obviously we'll be here and we'll be playing it all together.
Yeah.
All of the games that are on that poll, actually let me do it because I can't actually remember all of them. They've all been picked with a view to everyone doing it together.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to join in with us, you're more than welcome. So, the options that are on there are Curse of the Dark, which is this one, Escape the Dark Sector, which was a game we showed previously. It's a sci-fi RPG rolling dice. So I guess if that does come up, we will have to warn people how many dice they're going to need and stuff like that, because it'll be more than for Escape the Dark Castle.
It will be, won't it?
Masters of Crime Shadows, which is another game that we showed earlier. And then the two which aren't here, because we didn't buy them this year, these are games that we already have, are Murderous Muses, which is not the video game. It's like a hard, like, detective murder mystery in a box where you've got newspaper articles and things like that, trying to figure out who done it. And the other game is The Night Cage, which is a horror-themed tile placement cooperative game, like a proper board game. But again, it's one that we think that we can play, like, as a group of 4. If there are people that want to play, you just have to tell us in chat, like, where you want your character to move and what you want to do, and we can kind of do the movements for you. So you've now seen 3 of the games that are on the poll. So yeah, they're pretty much all horror themed, but there's a nice mix of genre in terms of games. So we've got an escape room, we've got a detective murder mystery, we've got an RPG, we've got, I can't remember the other games that are on there, but all sorts of stuff. So if you haven't voted in the poll, get your votes in. There's still obviously a couple of weeks to go. The game that is winning at the moment with 5 votes is The Night Cage. So I'm not gonna, to be fair, I'm kind of looking forward to all the games on the list, but Night Cage is a good game.
The
And plus as well,
it was streamed real nice.
it's nostalgic for us because it was
One of the
it was
first games
one of
we
the
bought.
first. It was I bought it.
I bought it, didn't I?
No, I bought that
I
one.
thought I bought it. Oh, okay.
One of us bought it
One of us bought
at
it.
the first UK Games Expo.
Yeah.
And then I backed the Kickstarter expansion, although we've not played the expansion yet.
No.
But I think when we stream it, we'll just do the base game.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
the
oh,
expansion.
Yeah.
Feel hurdy-gurdies on the... Oh, excuse me.
Do you wanna,
It's on the playlist. Sorry, it's because I've been talking so much, my throat's really dry.
do you wanna?
No,
oh,
I'm
right.
fine. I'm just got a bit of a dry throat.
Do you want me to get some water?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Sorry, everyone. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll wait for Pete to come back and then he can move that one on. And then we'll move on to the next game. So the next one up. Next one is one that Pete bought. It was one that he saw... Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. Sorry. It was one that he picked out on the list. So we went through the list of games on the UK Games Expo website the night before we went. Thank you very much. And it was one that he picked out that he wanted to go and check out, which I have to say, like, I was a little bit surprised about. The theme is very much our thing, but the type of game is not Pete's type of game. So I was quite surprised. But the artwork on this was really nice. Like they had the cards laid out over the stall, and it was really nice. So now that Pete is back, I will pass that over to you. I'm going to put the next game on the table and you can talk about it while I have a drink.
Okay.
Because this is your game. This is one that you bought.
I don't know that much about it, but it looked interesting when I was looking up games to possibly purchase, and the lady was really nice on the stall, and
Yeah, she was.
and it looked nicely made. So I thought I'd take a punt.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, really. If I'm honest. I would lean over, but it's difficult for me to lean over.
I'm going to take the plastic off
take the plastic
so it stops reflecting. To be fair, we probably should have done that before the stream, but it does prove that we haven't opened these yet. Oh dear. There we go. So much plastic. Right. So yeah, like the reason why I said that I was quite surprised at Pete picking this one out was because it's a storytelling game.
Yeah.
So that was what... What's the matter? You had enough there. We're getting too warm. Yeah, sorry. I couldn't get the plastic off the box of the boxes, so Pete went to get me a knife. Yeah, she's around.
She's got bigger ones, you know.
Or a bigger knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we really don't know anything about this.
No, we don't know anything about this. I just kind of like the look of it.
It just looked good. So, oh god, there's a lot. Do you know what? I'm going to give that, as soon as I've been doing a lot of reading, I'm going to give that to you to read. Can you lean over and read it? Or
Oh, okay.
you can't see the words, can
No.
you? Well, you can tilt it up. Isn't it? You said it's
That
like...
hasn't made any difference though, because it's the distance.
Oh, okay.
I've got
Sorry.
Lovecraft-esque tells the story of a lone individual stumbling upon clues to a terrible evil. At first they dismiss it, but piece by
Is your
piece...
mic off, Pete? Yes, it is.
Oh,
Because he always forgets to unmute himself when he comes back.
I forgot about that, didn't
Thanks,
I?
Phil.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, Lovecraft-esque tells the story of a lone individual stumbling upon clues to a terrible evil. At first they dismiss it, but piece by piece a picture emerges until suddenly it becomes impossible to deny. They plunge into shadow, they recoil in horror, but it is already too late. The horrifying truth is laid bare. It's a GM-less tabletop game that creates a compelling cosmic horror tale in a single session of play. 1 to 5 players create a worldview shattering horror together and share control of a single character who is the witness to that horror. The players take turns to play different roles. Sometimes you're the witness, portraying the fears and doubts of the central character. Sometimes you're the narrator, generating weird clues using the deck of creative prompts, building a mystery 1 clue at a time. There we go, it's pretty much the roundup.
Yeah.
But like in it, like all the cards are really nice. So
Yeah.
I kind of been sold. Yeah, Lovecraftian. Yeah. So,
Yeah, a lot of the games we buy are Lovecraftian. All the
Yeah.
Arkham Horror stuff is.
Yeah.
So this one is 1 to 5
1 to
players,
5.
6, is that, no, 14 plus, and 3 hours. So this is a long one. This is a longer one. And if it says 3 hours, it's going to take Pete and I at least 5.
At least 6. Yeah.
So yeah, when we came to the stall, they had a really nice setup. It wasn't the biggest stall, but just their display was really cool. Like they had like all the stuff in the box displayed really nicely. Ooh, okay. Oh look. Oh, there's other games. Look. Some of the other games are on the outside.
Okay.
That's good advertising. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
So there you go. After we've taken the box off, or is this expansions?
Might be expansions.
No, that says this is a role-playing game. So this must be other games by the same company, which are Black Armada. Okay, some of these look quite cool.
Yeah.
Alright, but this is Lovecraft-esque. So you should be doing this because it's yours.
That's alright, it's easier for you to do because you're nearer.
Okay, we've got lots of paper.
Lots of character sheet type stuff.
I wonder if you can buy more of
lists. We've got a rule book, we've got an extras book. Conclusions. Beefy old pad of paper.
Yeah, that
one.
is.
Settings. Clues again. And I'm assuming this is like the setup board.
Oh god, look. Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
So,
for one, yeah.
One of the things that, like, when you buy bigger board games, sometimes, like, the stuff that's in the box, not the cards and the stuff that's for the game, but, like, the actual kind of story stuff is not great, and you can never manage to get it back in the box properly. But that's really nice. Like, there's kind of, like, a little plastic case, and it's got, like, the words on it of what goes where.
Yeah.
So I guess that might be, like, if you want to
Can you
save the
lift that
game.
out?
I can try.
Don't worry if you can't.
There we go.
So the thing that was also is there a little torch in there somewhere? Yes, there is.
It's got no batteries in it.
It's got no batteries in it though, as she explained to us. But I won't get it out. But basically the cards.
You can't.
Yeah.
There we go. So there's a UV torch.
And the cards have got hidden artwork on them.
Yeah.
Now I don't know whether that's integral to the way it plays or whether it's just a gimmick, but they look really nice.
So I think this one was £50.
Yeah, it was 50 quid.
And there was actually a really good deal on the stand. So I think this came with like 3 expansions. And if you bought the game with the expansions, it wasn't a whole lot more, was it? It was only like maybe 15 quid more.
Yeah.
For the expansions as well. So Pete didn't go for that purely because this is new to us. And I think if you went to buy an expansion separately, it wasn't that much. It was about 8 quid.
No, it was.
So we were like, okay, well, we'll just get the base game and then we can see how it plays and stuff. But this looks really good. Like based on the artwork as well. Okay, so that is just but that's really nice and small to fit on stream.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It means you can zoom in nice and close as well to get pictures of the cards and whatnot.
Like, so some of the other like Lovecraft games that we've got, especially the Arkham Horror stuff, is really big.
Yeah.
It would probably fit here, but you might not see all of it on camera. So it's quite nice that this is a smaller one. But this is definitely not a start on stream not knowing what you're doing. This is a
no.
We would need to play around with this ourselves.
Yeah.
I think to figure out what to do, because there's
a lot.
There's a lot in here. Like especially when you open a board game and then you see a rule book, which is like that.
Hang on, there's a flip. Yeah, a lot of rules in there.
Yeah. There's a lot in here. But the artwork is really nice.
I bet there's ultraviolet light stuff.
Yeah,
Should I get the battery for the torch just to quickly try it?
You want, if you got one like
pass the
really
torch?
quick.
Yeah.
Where is the torch?
I don't know, you picked it out. I think it pops it back in.
There you go.
I'll go and see if I can find a battery.
Alright. What size battery is it? Haven't we got? What was you playing recently? And there was a UV torch in there.
Oh, it's upstairs.
Oh, okay. No, that was the detective game that Tim and Jake sent us for our birthdays. That had a UV torch in it. But as Pete said, that's upstairs and he can't be able to go upstairs and get it. So he's going to go get a Barry for that one. Oh look, you can play Lovecraft-esque online using a virtual playroom. Hey, so if anyone did want to join in with this, we can play it online. That's pretty cool. Did you hear that? There's an online playroom.
Oh, right, okay.
So we could play it like remotely with people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Hang on, that was not on camera.
Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, you
yeah,
kind of
come on.
can.
See? So just click some
Yeah, yeah.
pages. What else? Tentacles, blood, pentagrams and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little gimmick, but it's quite nice. You know what I mean?
Very
it's nice that
very
they've
well
sort
done.
of thought about it. Obviously, we don't want to open the cards at the moment just because more plastic and stuff. But yeah, the artwork for this one was really good. So looking forward to that one, but it does look like it's going to be quite in-depth in terms of rules. So I'd say that Pete and I would need to play it to get our heads around it.
Yeah.
And then if we did play it on stream, it would be a little bit stilted because we'd have to keep
Yeah.
checking the book and stuff, but we could do it. Everyone's like, life on stream.
Plastic goes in first.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, this was Pete's choice. As I said, it was about 50 quid.
It wasn't a cheapie one, but
No, we're now getting
it
into...
does look nice.
But like I said, the boxes were stacked, so the smaller games were at the top. And generally
Yeah.
speaking, the smaller ones are cheaper.
Yeah.
So we're now kind of getting into the more
Put that in
expensive,
first, buddy.
the more expensive games. How many we got now? We've got 2 more to go. We've got 2 more. I might need to put that one in first.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing with board games, trying to
There's
get
another one
everything
there,
back in the
box,
box.
Always fun.
There we go.
That'll do.
There we go. Indeed.
Yeah, very nice that.
Yeah, happy with that.
Looking
as well.
forward to that one,
Yeah, I
which
quite
is
like
unusual
the,
for me. But the art, this is all good. I like
it's
it.
quite intriguing, like the setup. Yeah, all right, looking forward to it. I know that might be one for Sunday.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I like that. Right, so next up, remember that Pete said earlier that we got a pin badge from Chaos Cards, and that was the stall of the weekend.
Yeah.
So the reason why is because I bought a big game from them, and I also might have bought some other things, but I can't say what they are because one of them might be for Dark Shox's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So there is another thing which I am not showing because I have it and Dark Shox will have it soon on his birthday. So because we bought quite a lot from Chaos Cards, they threw in a free copy of Tabletop Gaming, and weirdly, oh no, don't worry, Dark Shox, it will be with you like the week before your birthday, and then because it's something that we can do together. But I don't want to say what it is and spoil it. Yeah, so they threw in a copy of this, and we had seen this at the Games Expo last year,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, okay, like we don't know a lot about board games. This could be like a really good thing, like magazine for us to kind of learn more. And then we just kind of forgot about it, didn't we?
We were considering subscribing,
Yeah,
weren't we, for a little bit.
So they gave us a free copy. So we were like, oh, do you know what? We'll have a little look, and if it's good, then let's subscribe and save. We'll maybe sign up for this and get a subscription. So, this game was everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
Gloomies. It was everywhere. I mean, it looks quite cute. You grow flowers, harvest flowers, decorate gloomies and win.
Yeah, so it ain't for me.
Look, alternatives to Cluedo. Chronicles of Crime. We have that game.
it's a good
That's
game.
really good. That might be one for a stream one day. That's like a detective murder mystery. Okay, this could be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have a read of that. I'll let you guys know what we think.
Hang on, what's that, power armor? Fallout Factions. That was quite all over the place
I'm kind
as
of
well.
just picking pages at random. Oh, the
Azul.
Azul.
Everybody likes Azul.
We know Tim and Jake like Azul. We might have sent Jake a copy of Azul for his birthday.
Oh. It's an article about fake ball games.
Counterfeit games.
No
Alright,
way.
that could be quite interesting to read.
Cues and cues.
Cues and
fake.
cues was everywhere.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah, alright. Like I said, I'm just literally kind of not looking at every page, just skipping forward. Oh, there was this stall that we found.
Oh, yeah, the token place.
There was a stall that we came across.
You got a card, I did
somewhere,
card.
yeah. And they made kind of like really nice like game takers.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the Arkham horror games that we've got, they come with with cardboard
Yeah.
tokens, which are fine. Like the artwork's nice enough, but they're cardboard. And like this company did like all proper like tokens and card stands, and like they were really nice. But we were like looking at them going like, if we tried to buy one of these for all of our games,
Yeah.
like no, that would be poor. I think one token set for the
About
Arkham Horror
60,
board game, it was 50
quid.
quid. I was like, yeah, we can't do that. If we had unlimited money, that would be so nice. But we're like, yeah, no, we can't do that. So, yeah, so there's just lots of stuff about various games in here. So, yeah, all right, we'll have a read of that, see what it's like, and then that might be one to sign up for, and then we can learn a little bit more. There you go. But I just want to throw that in because that was just something I guess that was the swag. That was what we got for free.
Oh yeah, that's what we got for free.
That was the freebie that we got. Oh, and the Chaos Cards pin, he gave us that too.
Yeah.
Right, so, yeah, the stuff that I bought from Chaos Cards, I can't show some of it.
Yeah.
But this was the game that I picked up from them, and this is one that I've had on my wish list for a long time. This is so heavy.
It is
It's
bloody
really
heavy.
heavy. This is Sleeping Gods. So as an example of what we said earlier about shopping around, the guy who made this, Ryan, I can't pronounce that, Laucat, might have said that wrong. He was there on a stand because there's a sequel to this game that's out now. So they were there right there where they're showing it off. On his stand, this game was £100.
Yeah.
On from Chaos Cards, it was 75. So yeah, like this was an expensive game, but it was far cheaper on different stores. So you have got to shop around. And I will say that this is like the game that I wanted. Like this was like, right, I want a copy of Sleeping Gods this year. So this is not horror.
No,
Weirdly,
not horror.
this is not horror, right? And funnily enough, like I looked at this, right, because it looked like Shadow of the Colossus and Dredge. Probably about a year and a half ago at the board game shop, our local board game shop. And because it wasn't horror, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not sure, don't know. And I passed it by. But then it kept coming up in YouTube videos about cooperative games. And yeah, it just sold me. Like, it was like, yeah, I'm digging this, I'm feeling it. So, to be honest, I don't really know what the story is. But the thing, like in these YouTube videos, they show this book, and it's like a map book, and you basically literally just go and explore.
Yeah, and discover she's...
Yeah, like there's no kind of, they'd be like, no, there's no set objective, it's just all kind of what you want to do. And like with video games, the thing that I enjoy the most is the exploration. So it was like, do you know what, this just looks like a really good video game for me in board game form. So yeah, like this was expensive, but it was one that I kind of been saving up for and I knew I wanted. So if this turns out to be good, highly likely that I'd end up going back and buying the sequel next year. So from what we kind of overheard, This one is all about sailing, so this is all set on the water, and the sequel is all about aeroplanes, so it's all set in the sky. And then for this one, this is 1 to 4 players, 14 plus, 1 to 20 hours. So this is not a
quickie.
A one play. This is you're gonna have to save your progress kind of game. And like I said, this is really heavy, so I'm assuming there's going to be quite a lot in this box. But if we can get the plastic off. So like I said, I don't actually know what the story is, but we might have to turn a light on in here soon. It's getting a little bit dark.
All on
Yeah, I know, but it's me being able to see to read.
Ah, okay.
Right, so this says, explore a massive open world in a game atlas of connecting maps. Encounter deadly... Sorry, this is quite hard
We'll
to
turn
read.
one of the lights on, Babs. I don't want to do it, because if I do it and fudge the camera up, you'll be...
They don't want to come on?
No.
Oh, there we go. That's fine. Is that alright for everyone? Is that good? Will it do? Right, that's better. Right, encounter deadly monsters, mysterious characters, lost ruins, and mystical treasures in a storybook filled with multiple choices and endings. Level up your crew members over a 20-hour campaign. Cooperative, flexible play lets players jump in or out with ease and stop and save the game at any time. Okay, that's good. Fight ferocious beasts in a combat system that rewards good planning. Now, we did watch a YouTube video and they said the combat wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't play these games for the combat.
No.
Like, I'm not bothered about the combat. I just went over as quickly as possible, so I'm not bothered by that. Unlock secrets and discover hidden treasures in a world so large it will take you multiple campaigns to explore. See, that's the bit that sells it for me.
Yeah.
That bit. So let's have a look what's inside, because other than watching a few videos, we've not actually seen things, have we? So come on, there we go. Ooh, oh, there's audio narration.
Oh, that's very good.
You haven't got a read, Pete. We can get someone to do it for you.
Or is that something you purchase separately?
Yeah, but if we were going to stream it at some point, I'd be happy to do that. It's got music in it too. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. Happy with that? So what's this then? What's this? Oh, this is the map book, right? So it does look a bit like Dredge, where you've got like different regions.
Yeah.
But there's an awful lot of places to explore. Yeah. This is gonna be a big one. Oh, that looks interesting. Come on, there's got to be some secrets there, look.
You would have thought.
It absolutely looks like Dredge. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Or like it's a bit Horizon Zero Dawn-y in the sense that there are different sectors. Okay. Quick start guide. There is going to be nothing quick about this game at all. Like even the quick start guide is like several pages long. Look. This is not quick.
What the bloody hell is the next book then?
What's this? Is that like a checklist for what?
Achievements.
Oh, okay.
Like
so this is like as you explore what you found.
Hunting.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Look, Phil, you can achievement hunt in a board game. Look. Okay, I can't even read that. Like, that's too small. The big game that Jake and I adore is Tales of Arabian Nights. That is an enormous book with lots and lots of options. You basically can't have the same game twice. What sort of game is it, Tim? Like, it sounds quite adventure-y, co-op-y, thematic. But I must admit, I never heard of it. But that's the sort of game that, you know... Oh, look, Phil's sold. He's like, achievements? I'm in. Okay, so there's quite a lot of story to read. That's the introduction scenario. But yeah, this is the quick start guide. Quick. All right, so yeah, this is going to involve a bit of reading. Oh my god, what is this?
I thought that was the map. Oh.
Oh no, this is like.
So it's the glossary.
This is like the on the map guide. We only know this because of the YouTube videos that we've watched. On the map, there was locations. Oh, off you go. Right, so you pick where you want to go. You find the number, and then you go to the number in the book, and it tells you what happens there. And then,
Which is probably the narrated bit, right?
Well, I mean, it looks like from this that there are choices. So like this one, for example, try again to unlock this door, or climb the tower and enter through one of the arched openings a few stories up. So it looks like it's a bit RPG, choose your own adventure as well. So they're like, this is hefty. Like there's a lot in here. Like this is gonna take you, like, I can't even see us getting through everything. Right, so Tim says, it's sort of co-op, but also sort of not. You have a personal goal you need to get, which is selected at random at the start. You travel across a large world map, dealing with Jinn, running away from bandits and getting in trouble with guards. It's a choose your own adventure type game with a die that modifies your interactions. Yeah, see that sounds good. Yeah, right up our Straza, as Pete would say. Oh look, and not only do you get the quick start guide, you also get the massive rule book. Rules, people, rules. Oh look, used quest. What's this? This is a box.
But I wouldn't open it though.
Why not?
Because it might be the end thing.
Yeah, but
you find the treasure type.
No, it's not. It's gonna have cards or something in it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's cards.
Oh, okay. No, I just didn't want you to spoil it for yourself.
Oh god, that looks like game pads.
Yeah.
I'll try and put all this back in there. How long are we going today? Because we probably need to shots real quick. We've only got one more game to go through, so I don't know, probably another 20 minutes. So not too much longer. But feel free, if you need to go shops and get snacks, go shops and get snacks. It's important shiz. Yeah, there's not so much in the box in terms. No, there is. No, to be fair, there is a lot of cards. I don't know why I'm saying that. There's a lot of cards. No, this is purely unboxing. So, this is like a roundup of the stuff we bought at the UK Games Expo. Next weekend, just because Pete and I buy board games and then they end up not getting opened. So we have board games from previous expos that we haven't opened yet or played. So to make ourselves feel so guilty and actually get around to playing some of these, next weekend we're going to do something similar, but it's going to be like the board games we haven't played yet. Then the week after that, Pete is going to be playing a video game where he is going to be a policeman, go figure. And then at the end of the month, it's the poll. So whatever board game wins the poll will be what we play. So yeah, we're not actually playing anything this evening. So you're not missing out on anything, if you know what I mean. So don't worry. Right, but yeah, that's Sleeping Gods. Yeah, horse string. Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays? I'm trying to find if there's a really brief.
I think we've nothing brief about this.
Okay, right. No, I'm trying to find out what the story is. It says, in Sleeping Gods, you and up to 3 friends become Captain Sophie Odessa and her crew, lost in a strange world in 1929 on your steamship, the Manticore. You must work together to survive, exploring exotic islands, meeting new characters, and seeking out the totems of the gods so that you can return home. So that's the really high level story, but I'm assuming there's a lot more to it than that. See, I knew Phil would get into this. I knew he'd be like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, see, Phil, like I said, you have to come over one weekend. Once we're done with the stress of apprenticeship, come over and we'll play some games. Of course, everyone else is invited.
You didn't put your baggies in.
Oh dear. There we go. Yeah, so that is Sleeping Gods. That's one that I've had on my wish list for
heaviest game of the year.
Artwork inside the box.
Very nice.
Yeah, but I like little touches like that.
Yeah, it is nice.
Especially when you pay so much for a game as well. It's nice when they kind of think about things like that. I will say, the feel of this is really nice.
Yeah.
It feels like it's quite heavy duty.
It feels premium, dude.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, who knows? If we can get our heads around this, maybe this is something we can do and kind of bring back once a month or something. Yeah. and then do like the campaign.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, we'll let you know how that one goes. We've got one game left, and that's it. And this is the most expensive game of the show, or that we bought. But I'm going to need to cough properly first. So Pete. Sorry about that. Because I've been talking so much. Right, so I'm going to let Pete handle this one, because this is what Pete bought, and this is... How much was this one, Pete?
It was a £5.
How much was this one,
It's
Pete?
£5, £5 which I think is very reasonable. And
How much was this one?
was
This one was £120.
it was £120, but
But I will
let's see,
say
let me do this one.
it was a lot more expensive
Chaos Cards.
on other stalls.
Yes.
It was a lot more expensive. Pete got a really good deal on this. So I'll let you take. I'll do the plastic for you, and then you can take it.
Yeah,
out.
well, it's just a ball game. It's nothing fancy, but it's one of those.
It's
they
chunky.
only-
It's chunky,
They
right?
they only made a few copies, right? And I think this is a re-release because they must have printed some more. Do you want me to do it while you?
No, I just needed to get it in. Go on.
And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, they had one copy.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get it. So
Yeah.
and it's got quite the centerpiece. Like when you set up the board, obviously
you can explain.
it's called Return to the Dark Tower.
Dark.
Dark
Another dark
again.
game. Is this a
And-
horror one though?
Yeah, well, it looks a bit horror-y, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but I don't think it is. I think
Is
it's
that-
more like fantasy fighting thing. This is a feeling in a similar way to unboxing videos. Now, I must admit, like, I've actually seen a YouTube video of this ages ago.
Yeah.
Again, when I was watching a cooperative board game video. I have an idea for a board game, and I should call it Dark. Right, we're sold. How much?
How much?
Is it,
Promo?
no, actually, is it cooperative? If yes, sold. We don't. You know what? I don't think we actually. Hold on, let's have a think. We do own a couple of competitive, like more card
Yeah.
games, but they're not ones that we've bought ourselves. They've been presents. All the games that we've bought have been co-op games. We haven't bought any. I think the one competitive game we looked at was Wingspan,
Yes, Wingspan.
because the artwork is really nice. It's all about like collecting birds, like not like you're kind of breeding birds, I guess.
But then they did Wormspan, which
Yeah,
is about
dragons.
dragons, and then they've done Finspan,
Which is about fish.
which is about fishes. And they're all slightly different, but they're all fundamentally the same, aren't they?
Yeah, and it looks really nice. It's got really good reviews. Everyone loves it, but we're like, yeah, no, we just won't play it.
We
It's just-
wouldn't play it. We wouldn't play it.
Right, there you go. That was at the bottom. That's the insert. So I'm going to let you take over.
Oh,
this
okay.
is for you now.
Yeah. So I just wanted it, and I like the
Oh, hold
centerpiece of the.
One last thing. Sorry, and I'll shut up. The reason why Pete didn't get a UK Games Expo T-shirt was because you saw this and blew all your budget on it,
Yeah.
and then couldn't afford to buy a T-shirt.
Well, I could have afforded it, but I needed to have some money for other things this month. So we're going to take the top off and have a look and see how big the central.
Alright.
See, it's full up of stuff. It's a big game. So that's-
It's really heavy. Like it's heavier than Sleeping Gods. Like it's really heavy.
and there is,
Oh, this is nice.
yeah, so it's got figures, and I don't know if we can get them out of there. Can they come out, or are they taped on? They're taped on. But yeah, it's massive. Oh God.
Oh,
And-
this is the tower.
And that's the tower in the centre of the board, and that stands in the board.
But it's not just like an ornament.
no,
type thing, is
it rolls
does stuff.
dice and it does stuff. It's battery powered, and yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
But what's the story with this one then?
Let me read out the thing. Let me put this back together. Hold on, mate.
Excuse me.
And that was this card is only included for transit and may be recycled after shipping.
Yeah, but we'll keep that just so it all fits in nice.
Right, ancient evil has awoken from within the ebon walls, plunging the four kingdoms into death and despair.
Dark death.
Yeah. Raise a mighty host of
Oh, look.
warriors, wield powerful treasures,
the
and rally
beast.
companions to fight back against the darkness.
The darkness that has just arrived in the
Yep.
form of Zelda.
Return to the Dark Tower combines classic adventure and technological wizardry, including 4 hero figures, 4 hero boards, 16 plastic buildings, plastic skulls, cards, tokens, quest markers, haggle dice, game board, and 1 mind-blowing tower. And also, it has an app.
Oh, you like a game
I
with
do
an app,
like a
don't
game
you?
with an app that helps you play it. So the app will generate the quests that your little party has to go on the board, kind of. So
Okay.
it's fundamentally very similar to Lord of the Rings type situation.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
vibe.
it's
So
a
it's not horror.
fantasy kind of.
That's actually quite interesting then, that we always go for horror board games, but the 2 biggest games that we've bought and the ones that we've wanted for a long time are nothing to do with horror.
But I think this is going to.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I think Batman is sitting on your board
Yes.
game.
So yeah, it was expensive.
But as soon as Pete saw it, he picked up the box and was like, I'm having it. Like, there was no hesitation whatsoever.
No, this was a definite have. This one.
Yeah. So how long, like, was it say how many players or whatever?
90 to 120 years to complete a level.
Years.
No, 90 to 120 minutes it says.
So about 3 hours then.
So 1 to 4 players, 14 and over.
Okay, standard.
So
then.
it's not too sad.
All right. It's definitely a peak game.
It's a peak game.
Especially when there's an app and something in the middle that's battery powered.
But I mean, ultimately it could end up the same way as Descent, which hasn't really come out of the box.
Well,
yet.
we can show that one next weekend and we can explain what happened with that one.
Yeah, and now that Zelda has taken the autofocus away from the games.
It was always going to happen. Like, there's a nice flat space with square boxes on it for Zelda. This was always going to be the case.
Oi. Here we go. Here we go.
That's why people are here. They don't care about board games. They just want a Zelda stream. Don't we all? Right. There you go. That was everything we bought
That
at
was
the
it. We
UK
purchased
Games
that
Expo.
stuff.
So, yeah, we went like having. Oh no, actually, there's a couple of mentions. So, there were 2 games that we wanted to see that were. I think one was just being shown off. It's not available yet, and that was called Vantage. And then there was another game that was due to be for sale called The Dark Quarter.
Yeah, dark again, obviously.
Yeah, weirdly. So Vantage, I guess it sounds more like Sleeping Gods. I think it's something to do with like crash landing on a planet and having to
Yeah.
survive. Then a bit exploration-y. All the best things have dark in them.
Well,
yeah, of
absolutely.
course. So Vantage is a bit more like Sleeping Gods, we think. And The Dark Quarter is, I think it's a detective, like murder mystery thing set in the 1980s in like, it kind of, excuse me, it almost looks like New Orleans-y type deep south, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm quite interested by that one. So Vantage we couldn't find at all. We went to that, but on the website and in the map, in the book, there's like it tells you the location.
Yeah.
We went
And
there,
it just wasn't
and
there.
it just wasn't there. We went also to the location for the Dark Quarter, and the guy, we got talking to the guy there, and he said that it was due to be on display, but because they hadn't finished the app in time,
Yeah.
they'd pulled it from the show. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dark Sharks. So yeah, we didn't get to see either of those. So, but in a way, it's quite good because we weren't expecting to buy very much, and we spent like way too much money. Yeah, we're kind of poor for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun. Like you can't go to the UK Games Expo and not buy stuff. There's just so much there.
There is a good time.
Like it's really good. And for the first time Pete and I went, I think we'd only ever played one board game. Like, and I'm not talking like Snakes and Ladders or Monopoly. I mean like, you know, board games. We'd only ever played one. And we went on the spur of the moment and like we loved it. So I would highly recommend going. Like even if you think, oh, board games not really my thing, I'd go. Like it's so much fun. There's so much there. It's not just board games. There's like escape rooms. There's murder mysteries. There's RPGs. There's something. I know it sounds biased, like biased. There really is something there for everyone. And it's like it's a good day out. Like considering that like nowadays, I think I don't even know. Like I know that they recently announced this week that EGX is back on.
Oh, is it?
Well, it's part of Comic-Con, but it's back on this year. And when the tickets are in the 25-ish range, aren't they? I think for a day. And the last time we went, we were like, yeah, it's not worth it. We're not going back. Yeah, we're not going to EGX. Tickets for the UK Games Expo, 18 quid. 18 quid.
And you are busy
Cheap.
all day fudging long.
You are. Like Pete and I spent the whole day just walking around looking at stalls for games that we wanted to buy. But there's like play tests, there's open gaming.
You wouldn't have to spend money if you didn't want to.
No. You could go and just have do the entertainment side of things and not spend anything. But it's really difficult to not spend anything because there's just so much there that you want.
There is loads there.
Yeah. So yeah, highly recommend. It's back next year at the NEC at the end of May. So yeah, we'll definitely be going again. I think this is going to be like a regular thing for us now. So if anyone else is going, we will see you there next year.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Plug.
But
as we said at the beginning of this stream, none of this is sponsored. Everything we've bought with our own money, except for the Tabletop Gaming magazine, which was given to us for free because we bought other stuff, and the Final Girl pin, which was kindly donated to me by Pete's work colleague.
Yes.
So there you go. So that was our roundup from the UK Games Expo. That was
Loads of
everything we
stuff.
bought. And lots of Zelda. So yeah, as we said, the plan for next weekend is that we're basically going to do this again. But for games that we bought, I remember there's a game upstairs that I bought from our first UK Games Expo, which was 4 years ago, which is still sitting in the plastic, which I've never opened.
There's a few of those.
Yeah. So we're going to unbox those. We're going to see what we've been missing out on next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So yeah, another nice easy stream for us, but we should get some snacks next time.
Yeah.
We'll do snacks next weekend too. So that's next weekend. Then the weekend after that, which I believe is the 20th. I'll put the dates in Discord, but I think it's the 20th. Pete is going to be playing a video game. Do you want to explain what that is and why?
Oh, well, the precinct, because I bought it. I like the look of it. So I thought, let's do that.
And for people who don't know what the precinct is,
I'm a policeman. We're doing police stuff. Solving crimes and catching baddies and generally upholding the law.
You are the law?
I am the law. Or I will be the law.
Are you going to get your policeman's hat?
I will do my best.
There you go. Some people might be doing cosplay for that stream.
I might have found someone whose parents were police and they have their dad's policeman's hat. They might let me borrow it.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see
Special.
that pans
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's on the 20th, and then on the 27th, one more plug. We will be playing whichever game you vote for in the poll. So if things haven't changed, the game when I last checked that was at the top was the Night Cage, which is, funnily enough, a horror themed board game. But it's 4 players, so there is space for 2 people if anyone would like to join us. And then we can just do it remotely. So it is like a physical game. You don't have to roll dice, you don't need anything. It's just more you have to tell us where you want to move, and then we can kind of take the physical actions for you.
Yeah.
So it's really easy. Like, we haven't played it for a long time, so I'll need to recap the rules. But it's really easy to pick up. It's very strategic. You're basically trapped in a labyrinth and you're all trying to escape.
Yeah.
So if anyone would like to join in with that, let us know. That'll be on the 27th if it wins the poll.
If it wins the
Yeah.
poll.
Right.
Yep.
So as we normally do before we wrap up the stream, is anyone streaming this weekend? Has anyone got any plans they would like to share?
My plans.
I know that Phil and I are going to be working on our apprenticeship, but this has actually been a really nice distraction for a couple of hours. Because in all seriousness, for the past week, every single free hour that Phil and I have had, we've been working on our assessments. Yeah, exactly. Insert crying emoji. So as I mentioned earlier, thank you to Phil for being my emotional support network. Thank you to Dark Shocks for all the conversations that we've had about p-values and bias and various things. And thanks to Tim for being my proofreader. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay, so Dark Shocks might be continuing the Crimson Diamond, which is like a text parser detective. It looks quite old school, but it's like a modern adventure. Lots of love. There's lots of love in the room. But I know that everyone's following Dark Shocks because he's got dark in his name, and we like dark.
We like it to be dark. Yeah.
It's made to feel like an early 90s text adventure. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Dark Shocks. Much better said than I said. Yeah, so Dark Shocks is doing that. Promo, when are you streaming? Come on, commit. With this assessment, the P value has been well. Yes, Phil. Yes. Yes. So that's what Phil and I are going to be doing this weekend. Not together, because we have to submit separately and do separate assessments. But yeah, that's pretty much our weekends done. So I'm assuming you're going to be playing Division 2 while I'm working on assessment.
Maybe, yeah, I could do that.
You
Yeah,
could do that.
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. That's what Pete's doing. I'm assuming Nomad is just getting better. Because
Let's
Nomad's
hope
got
so.
a cold. He's not feeling well.
Well, I suppose Promo's just playing on his new Wii, isn't he?
Wait, Switch.
Switch, that's it, Switch. Yeah.
Where have you been?
The 1980s, yeah.
Oh, Division 2 stream. Funnily enough, Dark Shocks, Pete was talking about this earlier. He has bought it. Yes. And I think he's trying to rope people into playing with him. So, Pete doing a Rogue Division 2 stream would be cool. The people have spoken. Please do.
Right,
Look, the people have spoken.
We'll
Pete.
see then.
You never know.
Well, I'm kind of busy though, aren't I?
Are you?
Well, I've got to go halfway
Oh,
around.
you do need, yeah. So, sorry, just as context. Next week, as we mentioned earlier, next weekend we're having our monthly family lunch. But we have Ethan's birthday, Pete's mum's birthday, my dad's birthday, and Father's Day. So it's going to be quite a big one. So Pete is doing some running around tomorrow morning, picking
We'll
up
see where it
supplies.
happens. Yeah. Well, surely Division 2. No, mate, don't.
Oh god, there you go. Everyone's just going to get badgered by Pete into getting Division 2. You know, there's only 4. You said there was only 4 people.
We can't play. It's not cross play.
Oh, is it not? Oh, okay.
No.
Goes to show you how much I know, doesn't it?
So we couldn't play even if he had it.
Oh.
But
But I'm sure, you could play in spirit. If
absolutely.
You were it, right.
We could play in tandem.
In tandem. Well, that's okay. It's not like we haven't done jigsaw puzzles and stuff in tandem.
Well, absolutely.
So, it would work. But basically, it sounds like the only person streaming this weekend is Dark Shocks. So
Pretty
go
much.
follow Dark Shocks and watch Dark Shocks.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we never do raids. Like, I don't know why we don't, but it's because we're a bit rubbish.
Yeah,
and
because
don't
everybody
think about
we
it.
know to raid is here.
That is actually quite true. Yeah, like I don't know anyone.
And also when he raid, it's nice to sort of hang around for a bit, but
We tend to
We
go
tend
straight
to
to
go
bed. Because we're sad like that. We're old.
yeah.
I think the thing is, like, we can't go straight to bed right now because there are ball games everywhere. So we at least need to go and move the ball
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
Yeah, like, I get it, right? Like, I do get it, like raiding someone random, because then you meet new people. If Dark Shocks hasn't raided us at
No,
random,
very, very
we
true.
would never have met Dark Shocks and gained a new friend. Like, I do totally appreciate the raiding someone random. It's just like Pete said, like, normally once we cut the stream, like, we are literally packing up and then going to bed.
Yeah.
So it feels a bit rude to kind of do a hit and run and raid and go, yeah, but we're going now, bye. One day we will do Shivers properly.
What, were we playing Shivers?
We
then?
were.
I thought we
we
were
were.
playing Mist.
Nope, we were playing Shivers and we were doing like the pinball puzzle, the flicky ball puzzle when Dark Shocks arrived.
Oh, okay.
I remember these things.
Yeah, but I don't remember what I had for dinner today,
No,
let
that's
alone.
true.
What did we have for dinner today?
Salmon.
Oh,
But yeah, like Shivers is on there to play this. So on our Twitch page, we have got a list of future streams. So we have got Hurdy-Gurdy on there for Phil.
which we're not going to play.
We are. We've got Shivers on there for Dark Shocks. We've got Death of the Reprobate on there for promo.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got more Escape the Dark Castle for Nomad. So that there is, but these games are on there. Have a fun feel. So it's just nice to kind of do like some different stuff
Yeah.
for a little while. Because like we said, the board games we're kind of just having a little break from.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they will all get played. And I will say that I've said to Pete since that first Shivers stream that I think Pete would really enjoy playing Shivers as a game. Like, because the only thing he's really seen of it is Dark Shocks speedrunning it. So there's a lot that you miss and you don't see the story. Yeah, I like Hurdy-Gurdy. Sorry, I know. I'll dig out the PlayStation. Yeah, I think he really will. Like, I think some of the puzzles are going to piss him off, but I think in terms of the story and how you find the bits of the story and it all comes together, I think he'd really like that. So we will do a proper Shivers stream at some point. And the thing is now, I think I've watched Dark Shocks play it so many times.
I know,
I've
right?
desensitised to it, so I don't think I'm going to be as scared. But I might turn the music off in certain points because I think the basement music would be the thing that screws me up. I think the game itself I'm like fine with now. I've seen Dark Shocks play it like so many times over the past few years. But the music, yeah, the basement, yeah, but that. Even hearing it on Dark Shocks' stream when he's speedrunning it, even though like, it's just like for a moment as he's kind of going through, I'm like, oh no, not that music. Yeah, I know, right? It's totally vibing with it. Who knows? I might get there at some point, but I don't know. I'm just classing it as a win that I can watch Shivers now and not be scared. I must admit, like Shivers 2 scared me as well. Like I'd probably say even more so than Shivers 1.
Oh, okay.
Like that where you're going through the canyon, like that bit. Oh, I literally used to just like go as fast as I could just to kind of get out of it. Hated that bit. But it's not as good a game as Shivers. Weirdly, I went and bought Shivers 2 on the release day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I wish I still had the copy of it. So yeah, like we'll do it. One day we'll do a Shivers and a Shivers 2 playthrough.
Okay.
But for now, we've just got a couple of weeks of... It was the losing energy thing that really freaked me out. Like, just the thought of being stuck in there and dying. Yes, I know it's not real, it's a video game. But you know what I mean. Was that unhinged or rude? What was that unhinged or rude point and click?
Oh,
Harvester. Is that what you're
Harvester,
talking
wasn't it?
about?
That was bizarre.
Yeah, that was not good. I did. After we kind of died on stream, I did finish it, and like it's just not a good game. It's just not. It's full of pretentious bullshit. It's trying to be something deep when it really doesn't need to be. Am I right in thinking that, I don't know if it was Steam, but one of the video game platforms took all the Leisure Suit Larry games off? Yeah, there was a nuclear base fill, and it was the guy who shot us, and we died unexpectedly just because I said the wrong thing.
But then that's normally how you do get shot, isn't it? It's unexpected.
No, but it was something really random, wasn't it? It was like out of the blue.
Yeah,
and I think
he was
because
talking
we
about
hadn't,
being
because
a
we hadn't,
commie or something.
yeah, and because we hadn't saved it, we'd lost a lot of progress, and it was like, oh, I'm not repeating this. You did play one of the LSL games for an easy platinum back in the PS3 games and games. And oh god, what is LSL? What am I
Leisure
missing?
Suit Larry.
Oh right, sorry, yeah. I'm getting tired. Been a long week. Been a very long week. I've never actually played a Leisure Suit Larry game. Have you?
Nah.
I don't actually know why, because I know they're adventure games, and yeah, I know the context, and I'd probably be quite annoyed at it, but I mean, it's like Harvester. It's one of those games that you're meant to have played, like, you know, video game history and all that. Oh, okay, the modern ones are not good. Alright, so maybe we won't bother picking any of those up then.
I would imagine they're cheap enough.
Okay, Dark Shots, if you're gonna do that, give me a heads up and I'll come and hang out in stream and play. What's the word? You say you live vicariously through someone else.
Oh,
I'll
I know
play
what you mean.
vicariously through someone else. Yeah, I'll come and backseat and annoy you. I won't. I promise. I'll be good. Oh god, yeah, we got to figure that out too, haven't we? We are on I. Was it I? I think it's I. Oh yeah, and then you were looking at getting the VM working, but we needed a backup game just in case the VM doesn't. Oh yeah, in the first degree, right? Yes. So there you go. Update for everyone. So A to Z game. We are progressed. Like, we are going to continue it. I know that we haven't been great recently, but we are planning to continue. But with the next one that we've chosen, it is an FMV detective game from like the early 90s, I think. It's old. But to get it to work, Dark Shocks had to set up a VM. So whereas like when we normally do the A to Z games, we play and Dark Shocks plays, and we both stream. I've already played it though, Phil, unfortunately, so not an option. Yeah, whereas we both normally stream the game and then we're on Discord talking, because of the setup for this one, Dark Shocks would be playing it and we would be in Discord hanging out on Dark Shocks' stream.
Right.
Like, we'd be playing it kind of old school, you know, like we used to go around your friend's house and they'd play the game and you'd sit there kind of helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Shocks just realised how old we all are. Look, that game's almost like 20 years old. There's got to be some kind of remaster or sort of re-release or something this year, surely, to celebrate. To be fair, I really liked Fahrenheit, so I know that not everyone did, but I really enjoyed it. And I think I tried getting you to play it with me and you were like, what is this rubbish?
Well, one was Fahrenheit.
This was a long time ago. This was back when we first met. Funnily enough, Phil, hold on. Can you do me a favour? Over there, you see what I'm pointing to?
Yeah, but we've already done it, haven't we?
So, the last time that Pete and I went to the London gaming market, which was a long time ago, look what I bought in preparation. Ta-da! Yeah. To be honest, Dark Shots, I think Phil actually played it as part of Game Blast, when Phil was covering for us. So I've not actually played it, but I bought a copy because I figured there are only so many games for X, so it was likely to be what we fell back on. So I picked up a copy when I saw it at the Games Expo. The Games Expo at the gaming market.
Gaming market.
But this must have been, like, we haven't been to the London one for ages.
Ages, no.
And when we went to that one, we were like, we probably won't go back again because it wasn't that good. Oh, there we go. That's what we're thinking of it from. So it was Phil. But yeah, hopefully that will... I haven't tested it, but hopefully it will work on the PlayStation and just run if we decide to do that when we get to X. We've got a long way to go yet. But yeah, Dark Shots, we need to fit that in, don't we? You have a good weekend too, Promo. We're not far behind you, but we went to
laters,
Rat and we
Mr.
just
Promo. Have a good weekend, man.
He's probably going to go and get sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to sort out a date for the eye game. So we might have to do it on a school night to fit it in. Excuse me. In June, but preferably after the 13th. Because Phil and I have got assessment on Wednesday, and then we're in training Thursday and Friday for a new tool. And unfortunately, we're the ones running it, so we can't get out of it. There you go. Look, Phil, have you ever played Myst? I know that you might have played it, but I don't think you've ever completed it, have you?
Epic game.
I'm sure it's Phil that said they haven't finished it. Tried it as a kid, but yeah, never played it. There you go. You really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Make sure you got pen and paper handy. Just a tip.
Well, and just so you know, you can complete it in like 42 seconds.
Don't watch the speed runs. It will spoil it. Watch the speed runs afterwards. That's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
You watch a speed run, it will completely ruin the thing. It's that game your friends had, but your parents wouldn't buy it. Go on, Phil, do it. Get your assessment out of the way. Excuse me. At least give yourself a couple of hours on Sunday evening, just to, after the assessment, you've done what you need to do, and then play Myst.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That's the incentive to get through the day tomorrow. Alright, so Dark Shots, what I will do is I'll drop a message in our chat at some point over the weekend, either that or early next week, depending on how the assessment goes, and then we'll figure out a date and I'll put it in the calendar for in the first degree. I think that was it was called. The next A to Z game. Yeah?
Okie dokie.
Right, a plan. We've got a plan. Right. So there you go. We were meant to wrap up 20 minutes ago and we're still talking.
Yeah, and Dark Shock needs to go to the shop.
I
So.
know. And I need another cup of tea.
Yep.
Because I'm coughing. I know what to do on the marble run section now, thanks to Dark Shock's speed run. Cheating. Alright, there you go. So thanks to everyone for joining us this evening. That was our roundup from the UK Games Expo, with finishing with Pete's
Return to
blowout
Dark Tower.
purchase. As mentioned earlier, Darkshox is streaming this weekend, probably the Crimson Diamond. So go check that out when he goes live. Nomad, hope you feel better
I
soon.
feel better, man.
Tim, Jake, thanks guys for all your help this week.
Big loves.
Go play some Azul. And Phil, good luck. I'm with you every step of the way through the pain. You know where I am if you need to, like, vent this weekend. So yeah, other than that, yes, fellow null rejector. Yeah, we'll be back next. No, it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Not next Friday. We are taking Ethan out for a drink next Friday to celebrate his 18th
His
birthday.
18th birthday.
So not next Friday. It will be next Saturday evening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be back next Saturday. Whatever everyone is doing for the weekend, I hope it's not assessments, but good luck if you are. I hope it's something a little bit more fun.
Indeed.
Yeah, and get some roast dinners in.
Roast dinners, yes.
Anything else you want to add, Pete? Any other
No,
words of
no,
wisdom?
I think we're done.
All right, Pete says we're done.
We're done.
We're done. All right, take care, everyone, and we shall see you very soon.
Bye.